Blessings, beloveds. We are deepening into our magical money goddess journey. We have arrived at day 2. Welcome, all the wealthy, beautiful, golden goddesses, radiant. We did so much integration last night. Hello, hello, hello. You're looking radiant. And I want to welcome you to day 2. Embody and initiate our journey from healing and recoding. Now we move into embody and initiate. And I just want to have us take a breath and just land as we deepen into our womb. You're looking so radiant. I'm seeing so much clarity, more clearing. And just deepen as we deepen into our body and into our womb. Taking a breath as you start to arrive. And as you slowly open your eyes and come back into our room as we arrive today and reconnecting with what feels good in our bodies, reconnecting with yourself. What would it feel like to be in love and dream again? Maybe you've stopped dreaming. Maybe all those energies we had to let go of had blocked that. Being happy and dreaming again. What it feels like to feel so good in our bodies, our power. When we're in our bodies, we're in our power, we're in our radiance. Seeing the beauty all around you. And so as we enter into day 2, we've moved from walking in our underworld to now moving into embodying what now is emerging. And what is that? What is emerging? And I welcome you, gorgeous goddesses, and I invite us to raise our hands and just send love as I see you, sister, as you embody your divine love and your dreams, and just send it out to each of us and receive it. Your sisters are here for you. It's real. As we get to know each other, you're going to be receiving your accountability Trinity groups today in breakout rooms. So you're going to meet each other and you'll have 3 sisters walking with you. So I send you so much love and wealthy, gorgeous goddesses radiating. You can just feel it. As you deepen into this new energy, as it's fresh, as it's new, as your nervous system rewires with gratitude and more things to celebrate. Let's start off by celebrating. What is something that you would like to be celebrated for? Please post in the chat, or if you want to just, say a quick statement, you can just open your mic and just say, I want to be celebrated for X, Y, and Z. And just celebration is a rewiring of your nervous system. It's not just to do it. This is you stopping and not just the beating ourselves up, not the negative mind talk. How many that's the easy one? Like why are you doing that? Why did you do that? Why'd you say that? But I'm going to celebrate myself. I just broke through ancestral blockages yesterday. I just showed up on a Sunday when I could be sitting, reading the newspaper, my feet on the sofa, and I am prepared and I am launching into who I know I really want to be. And I want to celebrate myself for that. Zania, celebrating this. No more suppression or silence or edit my voice. It is safe to speak and embody your truth. Another breakthrough. My energy flows in integrity when I'm speaking and living from my true essence. And not other people's expectations and beliefs. Aligned to my truth. The truth shall set me free. And I remember a sister, I think it was Tiffany, I am paid to exist. And that is so magical, money goddess. I really love that. Just you don't need to push or strive or be or do anything. This is about just coming back to that organic. Wealth is your natural state. Relaxed wealth. Wealth of every area of your life. Carrie, I want to celebrate a profound transformation. Oh, celebrating you, sister. All right. Anyone else have any transformation? If you want to just unmute yourself, Carrie, I'm so excited for you. So is the radiant? I see a radiance. Like, okay, we did something yesterday. Stephanie, I'm celebrating being courageous enough to be ready to share my deepest dark secret for the first time. Ooh, sister, thank you for that. I can feel that. I feel that we had the permission slip yesterday to crack open and not be that egg like, oh, if I break, oh, my yolk's gonna fall. But we're the peach. We have that pit in the middle. They can cut us, they can slice us, they can drop us on the floor, we can get moldy, but we have that core, that pit that is never changing. And we're the peach. And that is that strength. I feel that courage. Thank you for sharing. Tiffany, I want to celebrate that I'm allowed to shift yesterday, that I allowed myself to shift. Thank you for sharing. Beverly, I'm celebrating my original healing modality, MASS, Meditation Aromatherapy Sound Session, which I will be presenting on Thursday at the Warner Library in Tarrytown, New York. Celebrating you, sister. I love it. Mass. I love it. All the masses are coming. So I just want to celebrate you. Share and celebrating. I'm living my frequency. I love it. Yeah, Zoe, just turn on your mic and just say the one thing you're wanting to celebrate.
Okay. So it's all in the video and Facebook, but I'm too excited for everyone to wait. So I'm not very patient. It's not one of my virtues. Um, two big breakthroughs happened this morning and this afternoon, but I just want to share the little cherry on top. My journey has been feeling unsafe hugely this year, but I started with the angel. Is it the angel wing, the angel hug? I
Angel.
did this for like 2 hours, really, really slow. And I just kept saying, I am safe. I am safe. But I was feeling the parts of me around me that didn't feel safe. I was literally pulling them in with every time I said it. And then my grandmother came in she passed years ago. But then I suddenly started to see that it was recoding. So I could see I am safe in these beautiful gold letters with a gold heart coming in, and I could feel them weaving into my neural pathways. And suddenly I realized that I was recoding my neural pathways straight away. And then I could see like the golden like coding, like the zeros and the ones like dripping down into my field. And then I was like, I have to dance. And then I was able to, it was in my hands and I could like weave it around my hands and I could weave it all the way through my body, through my organs, through my tendons, through everything. I was recoding everything. So I knew I could recode before, but this is a more like visceral, like I can do it with my body now. It's like, so yay.
Thank you for sharing. I want to celebrate you. Oh, sisters, and just keep posting in the chat any celebration because this is like not just bypassing it and going forward. We need to, Zinnia, just post in the chat. We need to move on, but I want to have you, we celebrated you and just post in the chat and let us celebrate you even further. And how many of you are ready to initiate and embody it all now? How many of you are like, we did the hard work yesterday, and now that was the heaviest day. And so now we're ready. So today, and I want to recap. So yesterday we recoded, had the releasing ritual, and some of us are going to do our fire ceremony later. And I invite you to really finish that with burning of the limiting beliefs if you haven't, and healing of the priestess wounds, and any frequency ahas, the Aphrodite of Venusian wealth codes activation, what came through last night, please share in the chat. And we deepened into the releasing and the healing and then the recoding so that we created new space because we can't step into new organic codes or wealth codes or anything that is different from where you're at with what's been there. That foundation was the old paradigm and the old you, and you're stepping into what now with the space for what can emerge. When we did the journey, the body of love dance and movement was to let go so the new can emerge. And I love that. Thank you for sharing, Zoe, because it gives us all permission to let the body show us that we can be in the frequency and we can recode through our body. It's not like just mental. Like I was just activating mentally and reading when I started, and now it's a full body frequency. Like I'm going to be sharing with you today and offering some of you, this will be enough. Magical Money Goddess is it, and you're enough, and you're good. And some of you want to go deeper, and I'm going to be sharing 2 events that are coming up, and so you can go deeper. And this is also the energy of the wealth frequency is connected to the new healing frequencies that are coming into the planet, that no longer do you just heal through your hands anymore. That is an old, that's a thread that kept it alive, but now it's the full, you can do karmic, ancestral, galactic timelines, physical, subtle body, all with source energy. It's the Christ template that he used that is guarded by the solar Egyptian Neteru, and also a time where we can get together overseas and into unmagical lands. So I'm going to be sharing that later, and I'm really excited about that. And this journey has been really deep. And when I said yes to Magical Money Goddess, and then all those uh, beautiful channelings came in, and seeing Yeshua transfer the transmission of the codex to Mary Magdalene, and remembering my timelines in the temples holding these codes. And then last week, before, as we're doing our promotions, and I've owned businesses, I promote, I'm out there, you're going to know about my events. It's not like a secret. And I'm used to a certain kind of response. And this event was different. And I watched in the marketing, I saw women going into the clicking, going in, and I would see the same woman going in, click, not attend, click, and she's watching it, going all the way to the sales page every time. I'm like, what is that? And I started to get really like, what am I doing wrong? I didn't get my messaging right. I got to promote more, and I got to hustle more in that. And I shared about it in a post, and that inner hustle, that inner voice, that mean girl, it's like, you didn't do it right in your messaging, story, offer, hook, you didn't do it right. And then I started really crying, because it's like, I work to have you hear this. My goal isn't the money, it's to have 1,000 women stepping into their leadership. And I want to get more people in front of these codes, and they're watching, and they're there, and they're not saying yes. Some of them, you said yes. And so I really kind of was beating myself up about it, that old paradigm. I was walking at the bay, and I was walking back, and I was crying. And I'm like, I've done all I can. I've done the posts, I've done this, I've done the emails. And I just sort of, in that moment, you just kind of, it releases. Like you're just like, I've done it, and now I'm letting it go to God. And have you ever felt that way? You've done all you can, and it's like, and that push was there. Like, come on, just push more. Do another email. And I'm like, no. And I felt in that moment this lake and this ocean of trust, and it felt so good in my body. And this is what you were feeling yesterday, and this is the truth of who you are, and the surrender. And in that moment, in surrender of like it not going how I mentally wanted it to go, I realized that trust, pure trust, and letting go of control. How many of you like to control? I like to control. And I don't want to admit it, but it's like, I think I can do it. I'll just do more of this. I'll do more of this 3D stuff, matter on matter manifestation. Only get you so far. And so I let go, and I felt so good in my body. And it didn't really, like the floodgates didn't open and change, but I felt good. And I know from this is the frequency that I entered into this with, not the how many more things can I do. And so in that moment, I realized that trust, pure trust, delicious trust, ocean of trust, is that frequency of what we're doing. And when you trust and you let go, like I give it up to Yeshua, I just give it up, then you can step into your magic, and you can share from your body. When you share from your mind, people don't resonate. When you share from your body, you're magnetic, you're expansive, you're powerful. Sneeze. I let that out. Where'd that come from? That is just letting that out. And sometimes what we want comes in a different way. It wasn't what I mentally wanted. but that was a gift. And sometimes what we really are wanting and needing isn't what we think, and what we are mentally thinking is the great outcome. How many of you have ever felt that way? How many of you have wanted something and it's not happening and you're like, I'm going to double down? And it's like, no, it's the opposite is the feminine energetics. It's like you let go. And how many of you have felt that way during this training, even? And how many of you feel that way now? Like, just, yeah. And that's the truth of where we're coming from with this energy, is it's not that old paradigm. And there is structure and there's bold, inspired action that needs to happen. Yes, we're on a physical planet, but it's not that pushing, that striving. And it's this invisible, insidious old pattern that is within me. It's like I shared, one of my biggest struggles is boundaries with myself and walking over myself to get that result, to achieve so that I'm liked, I'm worthy, and then healing that. So I just wanted to open that, is that trust. And we're going to be really deepening into that and dreaming again and feeling so luscious and great in our bodies because we did that heavy lifting and that releasing yesterday. And as we open sacred space now, I just invite us, as we're going to be today, we're going to be rewiring our nervous system, learning about gap and gain, the difference. We're going to meet our accountability sisters, and we're going to talk about magical money goddess, kind of where all this started, actually, when I shared about magical money goddess and magical money in January. And then I just saw it as this is a course, and then all the organic wealth codes came in. It came in so organically and so not what I thought. And then we're going to be working with our wealth codes blueprint, and then your future, we're going to be vision casting, and then our Isis, a set Egyptian wealth codes initiation. So we have a lot to do. There's a lot I want to share with you about. We're going to be talking about influence and power and how that is part of the feminine energetics. And so we have a lot to do today. And so, but we should end on time. So yesterday was just a lot. We did a lot yesterday. So today, we're just going to open sacred space and call in our sacred heart aligned coherence. And and so just invite you to tune in and just come into balance and center, and just kind of drop in, moving from your head into your heart, into your body. As we send our energetic cords from our abdomen down, down, down through the terra, and you can even go out in the mycelia and go horizontal and really ground. We're going to be doing a lot of high work today, so you really want to ground. So grounding down and out, just as the beautiful blue lotus has the mycelia. And sending down through the terra, down through the earth planes, down, down, down into the crystalline golden core of Mother Gaia, gritting and just connecting with her as we're all the daughters of Mother Gaia. And then breathing up her grounding love and foundation up through our earth star chakra, up through our root, up through our Shushmana central channel, into our heart, grounding, feeling their sit bones on our pillow. And as we open our heart light, our golden heart light, radiating out our beautiful heart coherence as it starts to explode and open in our group energy field, smiles coming to our faces as we build our 9-meter heart coherence auric field. When your heart is turned on and our heart center turning on, turns on our oxytocin. Turns on our neurotransmitters, which shuts down our amygdala gland, our fear and flight gland, which is back here behind the ear, and turns us and opens to joy and bliss. And so just feel this now as your heart is opening, as we send out our field, creating our golden circle of light for our sisters here live and our sisters in replay, as we open into this divine, coherent heart energy field. Feeling this now, opening and opening as we send our love from our right hand and our fingers of our wands of light and our fingers of light out, sending our heart light out around our circle, connecting heart to heart with our sisters, creating our golden circle of light, our safe and protected divine circle. As we then, with receiving, really practicing and working on our receiving in through our fingers, our left fingers, our fingers of light, up through our left arm into our heart, receiving that love from our sisters, and opening our heart light as we open and ground, and we call this circle open as we call in Goddess Isis, Goddess Aphrodite, Goddess Mary Magdalene, our ancestors. Call in your grandmothers, your ancestors, your angels, your guides, councils of light, planetary beings, wisdom keepers, calling in the star seeds, calling in the highest beings of light, of unconditional love, to guide us, support us in our journey today, embodying and initiating our bodies as the magical money goddess wealth codes of New Earth. And opening this now, I call this open. And so it is, and so it is. Our circle is open. And so now in our safe, divine circle of light, embody and initiate. So as I opened and as I started receiving the organic wealth codes again, and as they came in to me, so then we can ingrid them within all of us here today, I wanted to understand deeper the organic part. Tell me more about the organic part as I was connecting with my guides and with Mary Magdalene. And the organic, if you're wondering, what is the organic wealth codex? What is this exactly? If any of you have been wondering that, raise your hands, and please type in the chat any feedback, any aha moments, you post your crown, or yes, you're Yana, you're not alone, so that I know kind of when things are landing or when something really landed for you. It really helps me see where we're going, and I can relay the best I can for you. And it helps me and gets me really inspired. And so with the organic is, as I was shown, is when we were at one with Source, we had everything. And the oneness of Source and the organic wealth, organic love, organic abundance, prosperity isn't money comes in after you are that. Yes, it can, if that is your alignment and that's what you're calling in. But money has nothing to do with wealth. Wealth is how you're living. Wealth is your birthright. And the organic codes is the oneness. Like every goddess is the oneness. Every god and council of light is the oneness. Every high ascended angel and archangel is part of the oneness. It all is the organic oneness. And you are that. You have that. And so when I saw Yeshua transferring the codex to Mary Magdalene, it was this codex that you have within you. Every human has it. Some it's so blocked. Some have refused it. Some have suppressed it. Some are so far away from it because they haven't done the inner work. So to reach it, kind of like a gray ball, and you have a light in the middle, and the light is you, and all the gray is all the old beliefs, all the false beliefs, all the trauma, all the wounds. And as we shedded off some layers yesterday, and there's more that could come off, but your light is that true wealth. And so you have it organically within you. And the 3 key codes that we learned are: build your capacity to rewire, release what no longer serves you, karmic beliefs, limiting beliefs, conflicting beliefs, ancestral lineage patterns, release on all levels, and then take bold, inspired action with what you're given from your heart, from your body, from your empowerment. So just drop from your mind into your body and just tune into this organic frequency, wealth as your natural state. Relaxed wealth, relaxed money, relaxed love. Maybe relationships when you grew up weren't so relaxed. I went through so many divorces, and mine didn't quite see that. I saw women demasculating the husbands. The women in my family always got the last word, and it's not very sexy. That doesn't really create a lot of polarity, which is the yumminess that you can have polarity 50 years in a marriage if you practice polarity. Masculine and feminine polarity is very magnetic. But when you start dressing alike and you start, as the woman, start telling the man what to do or where I want to go to dinner, and he's like, yes, lady, yes, mother. Or I know my grandfather was like, yes, mother. I mean, yeah, not so sexy, even though it's a totally different generation. But it's like they didn't have the polarity that we as sensual creatrixes, wealthy, sensual, and spirituality are all connected. As Mary Magdalene teaches us, it's not forbidden, it's not taboo. They wanted you to have it think it's taboo because they don't want to know your power. Sexual transmutation, which I learned in Think and Grow Rich, and it's something I somehow am wired where you can move your energy instead of having, let's say, you don't not having the physical sex and the orgasmic sex. Men can do this when they hold back their orgasm and they can build, and I transmuted it into my business called sexual transmutation. Your sexual energy can lift rockets. It can build worlds. And that's why in orgasm state you can build universes and you can create and you can vision and you can manifest, but it's actually resonance in your orgasmic state. So this is that organic wealth. And this is the frequency. And so you are influential. So when I heard that, when you are, I am influential. I'm not, I don't have a million followers. I don't have, when you walk in a room, you influence the room. You're influencing me now. So a sister that's not here right now is not influencing me. She's not influencing you. Influence is when you embody your true wealth and power, this organic wealth and power, you influence every room you walk into. And when you haven't claimed your influence and your power, you've lessened every room you've entered. Because with influence, you go from carrying people on your back. How many of you feel like maybe in your community or your family, you're like carrying everyone? You're the leader, you're the one that gets things done. And you've been carrying people. When you move into your influence, you become a tuning fork and you attract soul, self-led individuals. You attract experiences and situations that you're just a tuning fork. Like when I shared about the strumming the C note in the guitar store, on one of the guitars, all the C chords vibrate. You become a tuning fork when you step into your influence. Influence moves people, frequency moves people, and influence is a frequency, and influence moves people. It gets people to do things. I'm only interested in people moving, because if you're not moving and you're not stepping into who you truly are, we're not leading the planet, right? So just sitting around and being in your, making those comfortable choices, transformation isn't comfortable. And influence, a business built on your feminine energetics of influence. And when you begin to claim your influence and you continually choose to choose your power and to embody it, you influence rises. And if your influence drops and there's no foundation or you're wobbly, kind of like when I shared about when I started doing circles, it couldn't be a more definition of wobbly. I was like, yeah, I'm doing it, but I'm terrified. And why am I doing this? And I'm dreading it. And I'm like, well, I could be sitting at the beach. I don't need to be circling. What am I doing? And my body knew, and I just kept offering circles, but I was wobbly. I didn't have a good foundation. I did not enter that influential. I kind of let the sisters, and then there was that one woman in my first circle was like, leader, I can't hear you, in a New York accent. And I was reading like this, and I was reading my notes, and I thought I was really radiant, and I was literally hunched over reading my notes. And I wasn't influencing. How are you maybe not influencing? Maybe how you walk in a room and you're like, well, they like me. Am I going to say it right? I'm going to make new friends. Did I wear the right outfit? And then you let the room influence you versus in training the room with your frequency. Because if you tap back into your power and your growth and your center and your trust, like I shared about, the trust, the true trust, and your faith, you actually create from a place that's more aligned. It's not force, the old paradigm, hustle, force, convincing, versus going within and the new. So the new divine feminine energetics is that it's the going within, it's coming from the body, it's tapping into your power, doing what you love, surrendering and trusting. Like I shared, I had to surrender and trust with this training that I did all I could do, and that the chips fall where they lie, and who's going to show up is going to show up, and I just trust. And then I watch how, and when you do this, when you surrender and you trust and you watch and you witness, how your life molds and transforms in front of your eyes when you do the tough things like you did yesterday, when you really had to face things. If you're in the divine masculine, you're saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go do it. You're in the divine masculine. You're in that frequency of doing and making and linear. And if you're in the divine feminine, it's your feelings coming from the body. And Stephanie shared about, when I come from my body, I am so powerful. It's so expansive. And so I invite you, you live from this place. You start to cultivate how Zoe was sharing, how she's doing the angel wings. She's coming, she's telling her body, you're safe. It's building your nervous system capacity so you can step into your resonance. You can step on stages with 100, 200, 1,000 people when you only talked to 20 before. It takes a different capacity, and it doesn't just push through your limits and go do it. Crash. How many, yeah, I'm going to push. I'm not going to listen to myself. And that's what I did my whole life. I just push. And then I got endometriosis and I had an ulcer in senior in high school because to ask a boy to a Sadie Hawkins dance, and I was so nervous about it, I got myself into an ulcer state at 17. So I wasn't listening. I didn't have all this knowledge that we have now. So how does the divine feminine energy, how does she do it in her divine feminine energy? In the feminine energies, in the divine feminine frequency, we attract. It's the magnetism. It's the same in business as in romance. Romancing your clients, romancing your offering with pictures and phrases, and not like, come right now at 5 o'clock, I'm starting, like, you want to be there, what's your problem? Like the mean girl marketing I see on the internet. It's so mean. Like, why aren't you where you're supposed to be? It's just like, oh, that's so mean. Like, just like, and yeah, it gets your attention. And yes, there is a neurological, neurolinguistic reason for that, why you're like drawn to that. But it's the lower denominator, don't you feel? Like it's just not, it doesn't speak to me. I've tried it once and it's like, it feels icky. It just feels like I'm being mean. And I don't want to, I want you to see your beauty. I only see your light. I only see your wholeness. You are a creator, way shower, a new golden age leader. I see it. I see who you are. And what does that's divine feminine frequency? We can see through it with that. We're learning the oracular skills and luminary about seeing through things, and I can see it in you. And when you go for it and you play to win, divine feminine frequency looks like there's an energy about you that when you're magnetic. Have you ever walked, like you got it, you walked in there, you know what you're doing. Are you magnetic? Are you just like on fire? You're aligned. Like think back to a time when you just felt so aligned, so on fire, so in your juiciness. It could be you were making cookies or you were playing with your dog. Just what were you doing in that moment? Just think back, take a breath. When you're in this energy, you walk into a boardroom or a legal mediation in that same frequency, the whole room will entrain to you. And this is called anchoring. This is a neurolinguistic science of called anchoring. And you can do new anchors when something good happens. You can tap on your knuckle and you can do new anchors, but existing anchors are much easier. And I know the story of when an athlete who loses their mojo, and like they were great and then they just can't swing the golf club anymore, and what happened, and they have to remember what were you like when you won the US Open? What were you doing? Oh, I was like prowling the grass. I was just like, nobody, you wasted your time even coming here today. Like they're just a lioness out there. And I forgot that. I lost that. And so you just gain that, and that's called anchoring. And just remember, because that is divine feminine frequencies. You remember your truth and your power, and everything comes to you. You're capable of believing and making big claims like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to activate 1,000 new divine feminine leaders because I'm willing to hold that power. And when I say that, I'm creating a code. When you say like when you say, I'm so-and-so and I do this for women and I help and I did that, you're holding that code. You have just stated the universe, this is my code. And then the universe Do you hold that power? They're kind of checking you out. Are you holding that power? Are you really doing that? Okay, we're going to send you some ladies. And the more you can hold that, the more the universe sends you new clients, new audience, new situations, new collabs coming in, new summits wanting you to be a part of it, new relationships, new beloveds. When you claim that power and you state your power and you make and you take that bold, inspired action towards it, in the divine feminine frequency, just feel into these two. Do it out of fear or scared of failure. Feel how that feels. Or do it out of in the name of beauty, love, and pride for the world. Which one feels more aligned? Which one feels like the divine feminine energetics? Feeling more aligned. And so what are you doing in your life that maybe you're doing it out of fear or not in your influence because you carry influence. You are influential. And by you being here, you're influencing me, you're influencing the sisters, you are receiving energies and memories and remembrances of that organic wealth state, of your natural state. And this is rippling out to all of humanity. And by the sisters that chose not to be here, they're influencing it as well by the lack of their presence and then the lack of this in their field. And so just tap into that influence. Because I never thought I was influential. I know I can move people. I have some charisma, I know I have some, but you see influencers and I think I'm here. And it's like, no, I'm influential. And I'm going to claim that and I'm going to step into it and I'm going to own my codes. I'm not going to just state them and like hope they come in like my circle. I'm going to do my circle, but oh my gosh, I hope nobody shows up. I hope like I just cannot have to do it. Unfortunately, 16 people showed up, so I did show up. And so this is opening within you and just feel that. And just take a breath. Does anyone want to post in the chat anything that came through from, yeah, Beverly, fear, false evidence appearing real? I know. Fear. Like it's like fear, will it write your future or will you put it in the back seat? It's like, okay, I hear you. I hear those thoughts. Yeah, that's how I used to be. Like you don't get angry, you don't push it away. It's that neutral witnessing. You just witness it. And stepping into that power that you hold and opening that up within you. So just invite us now just to anchor that in. And you can use these practices as an anchor. So if something good's happening in your life, you could even anchor. You can anchor from a past situation that you were in your radiance and you were in your delight. And you can also anchor and put it in and just think of that energy. And you can do the angel hug with the tapping, or you can do the angel wings, whichever one you start to resonate with more. The angel hug for me is just like immediate oxytocin and balance. And I'm just thinking about when I was in my radiance, and I am in my radiance, and I'm in that radiance now, in that remembrance of that time. And just anchor that in. Stephanie declaring, I am influential. Yeah, just declare it. I am influential. I am influential. And just like do a dance and just bring it into the body. And I never allowed myself to be that. The feminine energetics is energy and motion. It's emotion. Your emotions and what you thought was like your weakness is your strength, and why people want to hire you and work with you is what you thought was your insecurities, and what you weren't feeling was your strength is why they like you. Your funkiness, your awkwardness, you're like, me wearing my crown at Trader Joe's, like just weird, like what's that girl doing? And it's like breathing through, because the feminine energetics, breathing through the feelings of pain and regulating your nervous system to be in resonance. There's nothing more powerful in life than a person who can handle their emotions and continue to lead. Your capacity, by expanding your capacity, you can step into that next level. And so we're going to step now into the 3 ways to rewire your nervous system. How many are ready for that? You want to rewire your nervous system? Anyone want to post in the chat? Take a sip? Because that was a lot. Let's just take in the influence. That's a huge caveat, pillar to this training is your influence, your power and your influence as a divine feminine energetics leader, woman, paid to exist, just paid to exist. I'm influential and powerful, just being paid to exist. So you don't have to do anything. You have to prove your worth. Just you showing up, but just coming from your body, you come from a different frequency than like creating new offerings from like what would be really great, but coming from your body. Hmm. Sharing truth. Tiffany, this. Zania, being the nice girl isn't the divine feminine frequency, and neither is being the extreme mean girl. I know the mean girl marketing. And then the nice girl, I was thinking about the girl at the locker. The girl at the locker, like with the captain of the football team, like with her cookies and oh, we just made you cookies and oh, what do you need from me? And just like hanging out his locker. You don't want to be at the girl at the locker either with like your new clients or calling in. There's that in between woman that walks down the hallway and just knows her worth and just stepping into your body and take that on and start practicing in front of the mirror. And Zinni, I used to influence in New York City until I left it because it was so draining me. I began the journey to learn how to influence the feminine way. I know. I was in Milan. After I stopped my clothing business, I wanted to live in Europe. I was actually sold everything. I was going to go move to Western Europe. You can live in France pretty easily and just show you have some money, and they usually can live there a year at a time. And I remember I went to Milan and it was Fashion Week. And so I wanted to go. I've never been in front of the houses. And so I was in front of, I think it was Prada, or one of them, and it was they had their runway show, and I could see the models in the back with their curlers in, and they were smoking their cigarettes and their shorts, and I recognized some of them. And then the people and all the influencers were in the front, and it was such empty energy. I don't follow anybody, so I didn't know who they were, but like someone would come out of a car and it'd be like, ah, like everyone went like, oh, and that person walked in and it was just so empty. And it's like that kind of influence. Like, no, that's not divine feminine. That is like the empty divine feminine. That's the masculine paradigm, plasticity. This is the deep divine feminine. And so it's like that depth, because I felt so icky in my body afterwards. It was like, I really wanted to see Anna Wintour of Vogue magazine. That's who I wanted to see. And I think she goes in the back. She doesn't even go in the front because she doesn't care. And so that was an interesting experience. And so just feeling into it, into your body, and this expansiveness that you are an influencer. You are influential. Just keep saying that. And then it starts to become a truth. And we will reflect that back to you. And so how to rewire your nervous system. So there's three things. So you might want to get your journal out. The first thing is gap versus gain. And this is the work of Dan Sullivan. He's really powerful. He's trained almost everyone you've ever seen on YouTube. And this is giving your commitment to focus on the gain versus the gap. And the gain is how far you've come. So even in this training today from yesterday, we're going to look back on day 3 and 4 to that moment when you came in at 10 a.m. Pacific time, day 1, versus, oh yeah, I did grow, but oh my gosh, look at that girl over there. I have so much more to heal. How far you got to go. So it's like what you focus on, you get. Where you focus on, energy goes. And so gain is how far you've come, focusing on how far you've come, celebrating yourself for that. You are a receiver, you're an antenna, you're a body vessel, your ability to receive and to have the capacity to attract when you do your daily reps, when you do your nervous system resonance practices, when you have community that reflects back to you who you are, when you're eating good foods, when you're working out, when you're really holding yourself, doing what you love riding horses, you're doing that to be in that amazing magical frequency. Because when you do what you love and you're in that frequency, guess what? You'll get emails coming in. You'll get clients dropping in your inbox when you're out riding your horse because you're doing what you love. What do you love to do? Do what you love and do it. If you can't do it daily, do it weekly. do something you love daily. You want to play with your dog. You want to play with your children. You want to sit in the sun. I sit out on my grass on a sarong in the sun at lunch and eat my lunch in the sun, and nobody sits on their grass. Everyone is at work or racing around. And so I'm just enjoying. I'm just going to be. And I'm a receiver for what I want. And when you do the daily reps, you do the inner work, you update your nervous system capacity and your magnetism grows. Like we're talking about claiming your influence, claiming your power. Your magnetism is compounding momentum. When you do all these little actions, you're not going to see maybe a change overnight. I know sometimes you don't see a change for a couple weeks. And then 2 months, all of a sudden, this floodgate of new people come in. And like that sister I shared, where she faced her family and the shame that happened in her family. And all of a sudden, her clients wanted to go deeper with her, and she didn't promote anything. They could feel her shift. When your body changes, the external changes. Your nervous system expands, and you can hold more capacity. That's another pillar of what we're sharing this weekend is in this training is your nervous system. When it expands, you can hold more capacity, and you can become that woman that you have envisioned, that where you are now to where you want to be, that gap is your body and is your nervous system capacity to hold more. And so a question, what's happening around your wealth right now? What's your current state of being right now? I have that question for you. What's happening around your wealth and your current state of being? How's your emotions? Are you relaxed with money? Are you good with money? Are you like, I don't want to look at the money. I don't want to talk about the money. I'm like uptight. I'm more like when she even says that, I'm like, I want to avoid it. I want to go scroll on my Instagram. I want to go eat some chocolate. Like just kind of notice where you're at or somewhere in the middle and write that in your journal. And then future pacing. What might occur if you updated your wealth thermostat? We talk about the thermostat as the thermometer, the mercury inside of the thermostat goes up and down, 60 degrees, 70 degrees, 80 degrees, but the thermostat is the frequency, it's the whole thing. So if you're used to 60 degrees and that's your life, you have one-on-one clients and you are trading time for money and you can cap only at so much doing that, and your relationships and your routine in the morning, your coffee, brushing your teeth, getting in your car, listening to that certain music, going a certain way to work, you're at 60 degrees on the thermostat. And we're this weekend in this training, we're asking you like, let's go to 70, let's go to 75 degrees. And it's like, yeah, let's go to 70 degrees. And it's like, no, nervous system resonance, subconscious mind. No, we don't do 75 degrees. No, let's go back to 60 because there's no capacity. There's no rewiring happening. And so the body, what does it do? Subconscious mind, 99.4% of everything in your life, sabotage. You want to go on that retreat. You want to come with us I'm going to share with you about coming with us to Bali. And you're like, yeah, I want to go to Bali. I want to go. And I've never been to Bali. I have no idea. Like, I don't know, is it scary? Your subconscious mind's like, we've never been to Bali. Like, I don't know about that. And so you join and you sign up. And then you haven't done any of the inner work. And your subconscious mind's like, I don't know about this Bali. I've heard some things. And they had an explosion in 2001 in a restaurant. And I don't know what happened and what's going on, and then you get sick 2 days before your flight leaves and you can't go. What's that? Was that just really you got sick and your body needed to clear something, or was it like, no, we want to keep you safe, so we're going to give you this sickness, this cold? This is what happens when the inner work isn't done, the nervous system capacity. I'm kind of driving this home, but it's so crucial because when you leave here, you're going to have your accountability sisters, but it's like here, it's easy. We're going to stop and we're going to do our nervous system rewiring. But when you get out in your life and you're like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. And then you get into a state where you're out of your 60 degrees and you're up and you're a little higher because you're high right now. We're pushing you 75, 80 degrees. And you want to stay there. Well, you want to rewire. And so this is the future pacing. It's becoming the thermostat. When you walk in that room with your influence, you are the thermostat. You're not the thermometer. Your body wants to keep it 60 degrees unless you show it through, it's okay. In Bali, they have beautiful water temples and they have oceans. And remember how much you love the ocean? You can talk to yourself like a parent to child. Remember how much we love the ocean and our feet in the sand. They have black lava beaches, and we're going to be with sisters and a beautiful villa, and we're going to have vegan food served to us. And we're going to remember how much we love the ocean. We love travel. Oh, yeah, we do love the ocean. We love travel. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to do some capacity work, and I'm going to journal about any fears coming up. And okay, will that person get sick, or all of a sudden they can't fly, or no, because it's all aligned. You're aligning with your subconscious mind. You're not fighting with your subconscious mind. You're not ignoring it. You're aligning. Subconscious mind loves images and emotions that it's already known and that it knows it's safe. And it's like, okay, so you got the pass. So then it kind of gives you the permission slip. Okay, we'll go together. We'll go to Bali. Okay. And so this is the future pacing. And so how many of you like relate, like, oh, I did something and I didn't do my internal work and I sabotaged myself. I know. Like I remember hearing about Adele before she would go on stage, she would throw up every time. And I'm like, Adele, she's so amazing, so embodied. Fear and terror going stage fright, total stage fright. And so it's like she hadn't built her nervous system to be in front of, because she became overnight sensation, to go in front of 1,000, 2,000 people. But now she doesn't have stage fright. She's built her nervous system capacity. And so it's being at your edge. So this is gap versus gain still, being with what, just honoring yourself for how far you've come, about being on your edge, but not suffering through it. When you go in this, like, I'm going to go up to 80 degrees. I'm going to go high. I'm going to do something I've never done before. And I didn't do any work to get there. I'm just going to do it, push through it. And then you suffer and then you crash. And then the crash, you might even walk away from your calling. It might be like, I'm throwing the towel in. I'm done with this. So being with your edge, the resistance we talked about, that means you're growing and you're expanding. And if you're at your edge and you're meeting your edge with magical money goddess, if something I've done or we've done together is going to push you to that edge a little and you're walking and dancing with your edge, it's a good sign. Resistance is the sign that you're on to your solution. It's on the way and that you're growing and expanding. So just celebrate yourself that you're here and you're growing and you're expanding and you're at your edge. We're going to talk about money today as well, and numbers, and we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun with money. And you're in a new frequency. You're in that be of the be, do, and have. You're in that being state. And in our conditioning of wanting to be at 60 degrees, that's where we're at. One-on-one clients, do my own thing, coffee every morning, same time, same route to work. But you may want something outside of you to cope. Like that's why we grab for the little bit of wine or some chocolate or scrolling or some shopping addiction. It's a little like when you're reaching for something. Or I in videos last year when I walked away from everything, I was putting videos into a new platform. I was actually going to even delete my whole website. You don't even know. I was going to like just end it all. And I watched myself. And in videos, I was petting my hair. I was literally soothing myself because I had been pushing myself and not regulating and being in resonance. And I didn't even know I was doing it. I was like this, like unconsciously. It was scary to see that I was a grown woman petting myself to soothe myself. And I've seen it in other people too, who speak, who kind of pet themselves and they don't even know they're doing it. And I'm like, wow, they need to build their nervous system capacity. You'll start to see it. You might see it in yourself and you might see it in others. And as you got to learn these tools, you then become more influential and you can help your clients activate and build their capacity, because resistance is the invitation to expand. It's like reframe it. A long-term strategy to rewire your nervous system is meet your edge. Be at your edge. Like, I'm at my edge. I am feeling resistance. Okay, resistance. I'm at my edge. And then signal safety. I'm safe. We're okay. Then you talk to your body. And this allows you to move forward in a really healthy way. These are the tools to rewire your neural patterning. When you do this for your patterning, you become a match for what you want. And you don't sabotage it. And you don't do things that break the relationship or dissolve it or end it. Like one of my coaches, she had this incredible launch, and I think she had like 8,000 people, and I was there watching. I had to do some in replay. And she said after she was done with it, she was like, I don't need to send the email out. They'll get the link. And there was nowhere for the link. Like she did a huge thing. She closed everybody on her mastermind to join. And then she had that resistance. Oh, I don't need to send that. Remember, like, oh, I know how. Oh, I don't need to do that. That's dysregulation. And so she shared that she almost didn't send a link out, an email of 8,000 people, but she ended up sending it out. She's like, oh, I came to my senses. So this is just even in people that are leading others, it's okay. We're human. And you don't have to use willpower and discipline anymore. You can use your body. How many like just heard that? You don't have to use your willpower and discipline anymore. With weight, with diet. I know if I have cookies in my house, I will eat the whole bag. I have no willpower and discipline. I'm like, okay, I'll have one. Okay, I'm two. Okay, well, two more. That's four. Like, okay, two more. And it's like half the bag, and then I have like sugar coma. And it's like, if I had one, I'm okay. And so the willpower and discipline does not work long term. It can work short term. The yo-yo dieting, it's like, well, so if you're white knuckling it with willpower and discipline, you're in the old paradigm. And so this is not what you need anymore because your body doesn't need to go reach for the external when you're embracing and being at your edge and honoring yourself. And another thing to do that's really powerful is in the mornings when you're fresh, your energy is fresh, and this is when your mental cognition is at its highest. Stack your important decisions in the morning. Don't like if you have to do a really important phone call, or I do all my social media when I have to do captions and I do the video and it really takes thought, or a new web page. I do it in the mornings. That's when I'm fresh. I'm not early morning girl and I'm not late night girl either. I'm like mid-morning girl. And so I know that I don't want to do a web page start at 4 in the afternoon. I'm already kind of like my day is over. And so this is can help your nervous system capacities line up what you're aligned for, is do your important decisions and your important work in the mornings. I find mornings are my sweet spot, and it always was that way. Even when I was running my clothing business, it was always like 8 a.m. to noon was my really the busy time in California, because the East Coast is already in their afternoon. So just align with that for yourself, serve yourself. And how do you honor and approve what is within you? So the number two, so number one was gap versus gain. That was a long a deep dive. Gap versus gain, honoring how far you've come versus focusing on all where you need to go still. Honor where you've come from. And second is celebration and approval. Celebration is approval. Celebration is gratitude having a party. So celebration, when people just don't celebrate, and like say like a stockbroker, like a really high achiever, and he hits, $10 million in that year, and great, and then he just gets the check and he goes back to work. He has a dysregulated nervous system. A lot of high achievers. Anyone high achiever out there? Like kind of go getter? We don't celebrate ourselves. We're like, why? That's 5 minutes. I could be doing some work. So like I used to sit at my desk at lunch in my clothing business and answer phone calls because it was busy time. Noon was busy. And I wouldn't even sit in the sun. I wouldn't even sit outside. And I would have crumbs in my laptop keyboard. I have to dump in the trash because the crumbs of my salad would go into my keyboard because I wouldn't give myself that 5 minutes. Because what if I missed a phone call? It's called hiring an assistant. It's called getting voicemail. I had voicemail. I just want to answer it myself. And I pushed myself over the edge. Poof, crash. I wasn't regulating. And so what can you celebrate right now? How do you honor and approve what is within you right now? What can you do to celebrate yourself even more? Write that in your journal. How can I celebrate myself even more? Susan, I love it. I almost didn't attend today because I was feeling so much resistance. Now I feel so much better. I love it, Susan. You're at your edge and you're expanding. Okay, we just need to celebrate, Susan, because thank you for sharing that, because that gives us all permission, Susan. Thank you so much. How many had resistance? And now we're moving through it. We're dancing with it. And so, yeah, I know. It's so amazing. So we celebrate you, sister. And how that in the celebration is so important, because if we have the mental negative talk and we don't do the celebration, we don't have the balance. And so I've always wanted to celebrate. And so that's why we celebrated this morning. That's why I want you to celebrate yourself. Even have a celebration gratitude journal where you celebrate. And the third pillar of regulating your nervous system is gratitude. And it's been shown that people who experience more gratitude, more joy, and more abundant satisfaction have a life that is more fulfilled, more magnetic, and who they truly want to be. So celebrate the synchronicities, like when the sister was sharing how Aphrodite started coming in from what she saw, I think it was Tiffany, and share that. I was in a training back in the day at one of the women I worked with when I was in Long Beach when I was just awakening, and she did work with Robert Kiyosaki and wealth, and we had it was like conscious group, and it was really great. We went to her place and we did a manifestation idea, and I wanted to call in a beloved, and so I put that into the circle. And so when I left there and I was putting gas in my car, this man came up, and he wasn't my type at all, but he was like, "Oh, you're looking good. Oh, nice outfit." And he was the masculine, was seeing me. And what I noticed is I call it crumbs. And these are the crumbs of the universe, these little beautiful crumbs of light that show up when we're moving towards our vision. So it wasn't the guy that I was going to date. He was an older guy, but it was the masculine seeing me. And it was moving. I was like, "Ooh, I'm moving towards what I'm going towards. I am aligning with it." And sometimes it comes right in, and sometimes you get the crumbs of light. And so I'm so grateful. And then the story when I was saying, I'm grateful. And then the beautiful man from the hotel came outdoors with my keys and saved me from showing up in Los Angeles at LAX with no car keys. I'm so grateful. So these are practices, and I know you've heard it, but we're just going to say it again. It's gratitude. Gratitude. What is gratitude? It means it's already showed up. The most powerful manifesting resonance is to look back that it already happened, not the future casting. Not the future casting is important. We're going to do that today, but it's not. We're going to do it from backwards. We're going to do it from who you've been. But when you're like, I want this, subconscious mind is like, well, I don't know. What is that? Like, what's scary? We don't know that. I only know what we know, images and emotions that I understand. And so this is that next level opening within you. And so these are the new divine feminine frequency energetics as leaders of New Earth. It's being in your body, being in gratitude, bliss and gratitude. And my body is predicting my future. It's all gold. It's all happening for you. The universe is happening for you, even the challenges. And the challenges are the universe testing you so that you can move through anything you need to break through because what's on the other side is so big. If you have a huge challenge in your life, be like, what a pleasure. I have a huge challenge. One of the man I was studying with, his business, someone somehow changed the wire of $1 million to a vendor to someone else, and he lost $1 million. And in that moment, and he's a practicer of, oh, what a pleasure, big challenge. And he called his wife. Guess what? We just were, we just lost $1 million. We just got robbed. Isn't that great? That means we have a huge thing coming on the other side. And they celebrated. He was dancing. This is then his capacities, building his capacities. Not like, oh my gosh, how would you feel if you lost $1 million? I say that would push me a little, I'd have to say. But that means you're being challenged because you have such a huge gift on the other side. And so you reframe it. And this is the 3 ways that you change your nervous system. Capacity is 1, focus on the gain, not the gap. Celebrate and approve yourself, self-approval, celebration. How can you celebrate yourself in every moment? And gratitude and anchoring this in. So anchoring in when you've been so grateful, so in your bliss, and then, new clients drop in, new opportunities, and everything just kind of was aligning. That's an anchoring. And you can go back to that and you can bring that back into your state right now. And so just feel that in your body. I've been talking a lot, and we're going to move into another nervous system resonance practice. So I invite you, if you want to finish up with some journaling, and then I want to invite you to stand And we're going to do the swirl practice. And anyone who says, I have no time, I just want to mention this too, is a sign of dysregulation. So how many times have you had an offering and they're like, no money, no time. Sorry, can't do it. And I love the one, especially for this one. Oh, I don't have the money. And it's like, okay, so Wells codes activation. Like, okay, that's like what we do here. And it just kind of, I had to laugh, and it's dysregulation. So having no time means you haven't regulated that. You can bend time when you align with this, be a time bender. And so I invite you now to stand and just start to take a breath and come into your body. And we're going to do the swirl practice. And so you stand and you have your feet hip width apart and have your hands just loose at the side of your body. And just turn and let your hands kind of graze your thighs. I even kind of, you can touch them. I even kind of, it's kind of not slap, but kind of graze your thighs. And when the body is turning and moving, it relaxes. And so what you're doing is you're just relaxing. This is another huge go-to of mine, the hug and the swirl. And I think of this like the divine feminine Shakti. We're coming back into our divine feminine Shakti swirl. And especially when you move your torso and you twist, you're relaxing your body, especially with like TRE, if anyone's done shaking. Shaking relaxes you as well and releases any trauma. I do a lot of shaking as well. I found that when I was living in Dahab, we did TRE. And so just swirl. And then we're going to be moving into our accountability groups. You're going to meet your Trinity. And just keep twirling. And just keep twirling. And how do you feel? What are you feeling in your body? Are you feeling a balance? Are you feeling And we're going to invite you to sit and come back. And we have one of my team here, Mutio, and is going to help us move into our breakout rooms. And so we're going to meet our Trinity accountability groups. And so the Trinity groups are 3, and we don't have exactly, we do. Oh, so one group is going to have 2. So Mutio, you're going to have one group is 2, and the rest are 3. And then the sisters that aren't here will be giving them. So the one that's 2, you'll probably receive a sister. And you're going to have 2 questions, and then at the end, you have a minute, and I want you to exchange information or your handle on Instagram, and so that you can find each other, and then we'll be together, so you can post in the Facebook group as well. You can continue to find each other if you don't get the perfect phone number or Instagram or Facebook, or it's great just to do a handle and then go from there. So we're going to move into our accountability groups, and you're going to meet your Trinity, and this is who you're going to walk with. This is your outer external support for beyond magical money goddess. So to keep in that above that 60 degrees, so when you go to 70, 80 degrees, you have this group with you who can reflect back to you the frequency and the vibe that you are. And so you'll have 2 questions, and each sister will have 2 minutes to share her answer. And then I would like the sister that wants to lead to go first. And so you'll just step into your divine feminine leadership. And so I'm just going to share the first question. Mucho's going to be putting in the question each time into the group in written form, but I'm going to just share it just so you have it verbally, the question 1. And that is, what are you wanting to fully embody to create in your life? So what are you wanting to fully embody to create in your life? Okay, and we're just gonna get him into co-host, which he was. Yep, you are. And just tune into that. And then, so Mutu, you can put them now into their 3-person breakout rooms, and one group will be 2, and then me and you, of course, aren't in breakout rooms. And so just align. So just sisters, just like kind of be in your, if you want to keep journaling or, and the question was, what are you wanting to fully embody and create in your life? And so Mucho, anytime you can put them into their breakout room. And so one group will be 2 people, so you'll have more time to share. I'm just gonna. And let's put some music on. And just keep journaling. Take this time to journal. What are you wanting to fully embody and create in your life? From what you let go of yesterday. Mm. Just keep journaling. Stephanie sharing carefree, childlike joy. Stephanie adding celebration to my gratitude practice. Feels delightfully juicy. Susan, I love it. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, you're going now to your rooms. So the two questions were question one, what are you wanting to fully embody and create in your life? And then question two, what does this embodiment look like in your life? And what support would you love to receive? So anyone have anything you want to share before we go to we have a 5 minute break and anything come through? You got to meet each other and this is your Trinity. One of you had two in your group and you'll be receiving a sister. Um, and so Zania wants to share. I'll just put into gallery and you just pop on your unmute and just share.
Okay, love. Great. Thank you so much. So Zoe and I had a chance to connect and we've been vibing in Luminary and we're vibing here. So I'm loving her energy. And so I shared but we're both artists, and I've had to corporatize my arts, and she's had a similar journey. So it was a very safe space to share with her that I want to embody the luxurious, wealthy Atlantean mermaid codes and transmit joyful abundance in Ibiza through classes and retreats, music, dance, the arts, and lead pilgrimages in the Mediterranean, in Greece, Crete, and Spain to help women remember again. So initiations, pilgrimages, celebrations, classes, songs, art, like the muse, that Mediterranean muse. And thank you for letting me share that. Right.
Thank you for sharing. And who else would like to share? From what came through meeting your sisters and it's
I'll
maybe,
share. So
yeah.
I was with Madalena and Nate too, and we kind of all had a similar thing, but I was talking about wanting to honor myself and put my needs first because I have such an old pattern of trying to take care of everybody else's needs, and then I'm left, not with a strong foundation after, when the exhaustion sets in, and trusting that I know best for me, and then I can offer more if I have a stronger source to gift out.
I
A
love
lot
that.
of physical healing and embracing in our group.
And anyone else would like to share? Thank you so much for sharing. So interesting who, it's just done automatically, like who ends up getting with each other. It's just universally led. Zoe, you want to share? Then we'll go to break.
Yeah, it was amazing connecting with Zinnia. We've been kind of vibing before this as well, and um, it's amazing to hear her journey because she has been where I'm at, and with your teaching, Jennifer, realizing that how fried my nervous system has been. And I was explaining to Zinnia that I was so disconnected that I didn't even realize what it was that I was experiencing. I was getting chest x-rays. I was like, what is happening? And it's my nervous system. So, I compose all this amazing music, and I have enough music to release probably 2 albums, but none of it's anchored. It's all a bit here, a bit here, a bit there, no structure, which reflects my insides and my energy system. It's which I've always been all my life, is walking into that room and swamped by all the other energies and feeling pain, and it's probably not even mine. So what am I wanting to fully embody and create in my life? Well, it's a regulated nervous system and capacity, because yes, I have all these amazing gifts, but they're going to fly off somewhere unless I'm able to anchor my own energy first and build from the inside. And then all the other stuff can come after that. But I need my nervous system regulated, and I need to be sovereign, and I need to be in my own energy space before I can bring anything else through. So it's starting on the ground level.
Mm,
Thank you.
I love it. And thank you for sharing. And beloveds, this is the beginning of your relationships with collabing, partnering. I mean, these could be lifelong relationships. It matters what you put into it with your accountability group. I invite you to connect with them tonight and to make maybe 2 times in a month at the first month, like meet twice, and then maybe make it a monthly, but make a commitment if you feel the resonance. I know in groups I've been in, I'm still connecting with groups a year. Some groups I've heard in this one training I'm in have been together for 5 years, and some just dissolve. So it's really what you put into it. So, but this is this network to support you to stay in that resonant field of your nervous system and your vibing and what you're calling in and your visions, so that you're not out there by yourself. This is not the hero's journey anymore. It's the heroine's journey of the new divine feminine frequency. So we'll go on break. Hello, beloveds. As we just take some breaths, meeting our accountability sisters. So I want to connect into our magical money goddess frequency. And when I shared about magical money for the first time in January, I could just feel like this is something bigger. And I feel in January is when it kind of started to birth. And then the organic wealth codes of the new earth came in, which was completely, I did not see in January. They were shown to me in March. And so, just as we're talking about resonance and opening your capacity and expanding, I really feel it's landing today. And I'm really excited because this is your magical unlock. This is the key to what you're wanting. Like, why isn't it here? Like, I'm visioning, I'm affirming, because the Dixie cup on the polluted lake, it's not going to clean it very good. But when you go to the root and you do your practices, I love the swirling, and you deepen into the gap versus the gain, where like, look how far I've come. So great. Look how far I've come. Look at how far I've come. I'm going to let go of releasing those limiting beliefs, and then celebrate yourself, self-approval and gratitude. All of these practices are expanding you and deepening your capacity to be that. If you want to create that $1 million a month business or whatever it is, or that beloved relationship that just lights you up that you've not had yet in your life, whatever is that, we all have that thing that we're just like, I can see myself there, because it's a timeline, it's real. And so you just need to build your capacity to be the frequency to match it. And then, boom, your subconscious mind aligned, your frequency aligns, and your timelines align like a beautiful trinity. And so before all of this way of being, I ran my clothing business, and I was exhausted, and I wasn't taking the time, and I wasn't filling my cup, and I didn't take breaks. I didn't hire support. I finally hired someone, I remember, and she started writing checks to herself. I think that's illegal. And I started noticing checks in my ledger that were her handwriting, and that was exciting. I had to call the police, and and we found some checks she hadn't yet cashed yet from my corporate checking account in her desk. So yeah, that's the kind of support I was calling in, because it wasn't coming from this divine, grounded, balanced, expansive truth of me. I was coming from like, I need an assistant, and I called in someone like that. And that was exciting. That was a journey. And so I noticed the difference. And now when I don't take walks, I took a walk this morning to the bay. I gave to the mother. I talked to her like, what can I say today? Work through me. So the women receive exactly what will unlock them, activate them, and break through to their next level. And I notice the days when I don't do it, how it's different. And I'm in masterminds where the women they're just oozing this energy, where they're creating this frequency, and the wealth, the physical wealth that comes in. Like, I haven't heard of people creating this in a coaching business or a solopreneur business. And so it's like opening up my mind, and I've learned that money isn't logical. The world of feminine frequency and wealth is not logical. There's two kinds of money. There's logical money. I earn, I pay my bills. That's what our parents did. I do 10 hours of consulting, and I make X amount of money. The money you feel you need. Oh, I need to make this for my rent. I need to make that to pay that college tuition. It's a need energy. It's a frequency, the frequency of need. Masculine money. Need to work, need to do, need to produce, to push. It's a frequency. And then there's magical money that operates in a whole different frequency and has nothing to do with money. Wealth and money is not logical in the world of divine feminine frequency energetics. You enter the divine zone, the God zone, in infinite possibilities with all of your self-care and all of your nourishment, your juiciness, taking rest. Naps are 1,000,000% divine feminine frequency. Just look at a feline, a cat. Do they care that you're leaving and that you need to have them move off of the couch? Do they take rest in the sun? And this is like one of like in looking in nature, who embodies that? I think a cat is a divine emanation of just this in loveness and this being in your body, resting, memories, anchoring into when you were in this frequency to just keep rewiring your system. That in loveness that I call, when you're so in loveness, it gravitates out, ripples out to everything in your life. It's a frequency, it's a heart coherent field, it's a frequency field. And when you're in the divine zone, when you in that God zone energy, and you collaborate with the universe, with God, Goddess, however, creator, however you term the oneness, God signs your checks. Why have a boss sign your check? Have God sign my check. I'm a conscious entrepreneur. I'm changing the world. God sign my check. He pays much better than corporations or businesses. And so it's like a new way of living and transcending. You can transcend the need frequency into the exponential magical frequency. You can transcend the provider money with your faith, with your inner work, with your juiciness. And sometimes it's the hardest thing to do when you really need the money. Like if you really need to pay your rent or something happened, and how do you tap into that when you're like, you're kind of at a brick wall with something? And that's where your practice comes in. Beverly, thanks for the info on naps as divine feminine energy. Absolutely. Naps are one of my favorite things. So the need frequency changes that. You feel like, exponential wealth, naps, juiciness, and then, I need to make money. Do you just, in my voice even, do you feel the frequency shift? And that's in your body. So if you need to make money, or I need to have 10 clients in this course, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Where is it coming from? Coming from the mind, the masculine, the logical, the disconnected, the I make X, I have 10 clients, I make this much money, then I've covered what I need for the month. Whew. Versus the exponential. And this is practice. This is practice. Even if you hit a wall, something happened, and but I have my practice. And you get into the bathtub, or you take a massage. You want to make 3 times what you earned last year. It's the intangibles, the feeling, the way of being in celebration that we talked about, bringing the gratefulness. Being present in the moment, not like, I want to be here, I want to be there, I want to be in the past, I want to be in the future. Like the past dictates the future if you let it. The past can dictate your now. You can live your past all day long. A lot of times we saw that in our parents. They did what their parents did. They did that in their life, and then they pass it on to you, and you're the code breaker to step into who you truly are and to break that chain and to step into your sovereign majesty and your royal self and your magical money goddess. And how many times have money is energy, and money and wealth goes to where there's influence and power, just like a woman. If money were a woman in your life, how have you been treating her? When you have a bill or a check at the restaurant, are you scouring it to make sure you weren't overcharged or nothing extra is on there? Do I have enough to cover it? Oh my gosh. Or are you write a smiley face on it and thank the universe? Whatever is supposed to happen happens. There's an energy behind it. Or you get paid by a client in a payment plan and you really wanted the pay in full. And you're like, you're kind of complaining about it. Like, they paid in the payment plan, or they really wanted a stretched out payment plan and I gave it to them. And it's like, gosh, they're going to take a year to make that money. And you're like, man, kind of complaining. Or do you write a smiley face on the invoice and you're just so glad? It's all connected. You have to be willing to be it. The more you feel it, the more you comes to you. It's like post-orgasmic. It's this opening, this falling in love, and it will change your relationship with money. Because money is just a frequency. If money was a woman, would you want to hang out where you're not wanted? Like, I got that payment plan. Ah, bummer. Would you want to hang out there where you're not wanted and you're not enough? Oh, that wasn't enough money. Gosh darn it. Call on me only when you need me kind of friend. Do you want to hang out with those kind of people? So money is a woman, and she's like talking to you now. She's like, okay, I don't really want to hang out there. I'm not enough around you. You always want more, and I can't give you more because you're just complaining about it. Do you have friends like that? Only when they need help, they call you, desperate and needy. I had a friend when I was living in Venice Beach in Los Angeles, and she's a great girl, but she would call, and it was about an hour of just hysterical upsetness of where her life was, everything. It just was always on the edge of like calamity. So when she would call, you'd see her on your phone, and it was like, you knew it was going to be an hour of your time and like really talking her through it. And she's a very strong person too. She's an Aries, like, but it's just, I don't know. And I remember answering the phone call, and she's like, thank you for answering. Because she knows that a lot of people don't answer her phone calls. And so she's the friend that calls me when she needs me. She's needy, and she's like, Jennifer will talk to me, and she'll take me off the ledge, and she'll talk me back. And so I'll call her. And money is divine feminine energy. Feminine wealth is overflow. So that friend of mine that called me, it's like, I don't really want her around. You know, she just calls me when she needs me. So if I'm money, I'm like, I don't want that friend around. It's not logical money that pays the bills. This make no sense money. This is what I'm seeing in these masterminds I'm in. They're young. I mean, some of the girls are 30, 29, and it's like money's just falling on their head. And it's like Paid to Breathe. That's where one of the girls had one of her courses. Her free launches was called Paid to Breathe. And I love that Tiffany picked that up with Paid to Exist. And so it's like paid to breathe. I'm paid to breathe. Like, I am just all there is in this moment. I am influential. I am powerful. I'm divine. And you want to work with me because I'm just who I am. I'm just going to sit here on the couch and in my yummy silk robe. And feminine wealth is the overflow. It's not logical. We learned in my age demographic, we learned you need to work hard, roll up your sleeves, and go to work. And it's a society thing too. But money is a frequency. When it makes no sense, it just pours in. It's gratefulness, love, and in loveness, joy, orgasmic, dripping in frequency. So what does that feel like for you? What does magical money goddess, what does this magical money frequency, this potency of money feel like for you? Just want to write in the chat, write in your journal. Susan, I've committed to only putting the highest vibrational food, water, and supplements into my system because I deserve it. I love it. So what does magical money mean for you? What is this frequency of just being so honored, like, oh, I got $100 payment plan. Thank you, money. Thank you for showing up. I can pay my electrical bill. I am so honored. I got a force. I found a dime on the street. Wow, I am going to put that on my altar. Thank you, magical money. Thank you for that dime. Every little bit, like, how can you be more thankful for her, more grateful? You go out to dinner and you have drinks and you have wine or you have your food. And instead of just having a daily, dinner with your girlfriend or your beloved, make it fun. Be grateful. Thank the waiter for this beautiful dinner and the beautiful drink you got, and laugh about it. And maybe you'll manifest something free, like they'll give a free dessert. You never know because you're in this frequency, and just play with it. Like, what could be a normal dinner out at a restaurant, you can make into a magical money event of just prosperity and overflow and divine juiciness. So Zoe, I can feel her. She wants to communicate with me. She wants me to begin a relationship with her as a new friend, new connection, to honor her. Yeah, it's a knowing, the wind beneath your wings. Your relationship with money will change you when you seduce her and love her as the goddess that she is, as the goddess that you are. Flow with her. When you stop thinking in your mind and just know you're in your divine zone, you're in that God frequency, the magical money. And that's what the inspiration for Magical Money Goddess came from, was this feeling of just that magical money and so magical goddess, and feeling that in your body. And just please share in the chat, because we're going to go into a little bit of a meditation, and just a little bit of guidance to talk to our magical money goddess. So yeah, so if you have something to say, just because I want to know all about it, so just pop in the chat, and then we'll be sharing a little later, or hold it to share. And so just know, so I just invite you to close your eyes in this moment and just tune into your magical money goddess.
You're broken down and tired.
You're not broken down and tired. It's not the right song. You are a magical money goddess. And so tune into your magical money goddess. And where is she in your body? And just close your eyes and have fun with this. This is a muse for you. This is your magical money goddess. Where is she in your body? Where is your magical money goddess, and what does she look like? Or is she a shape or a color? Put your hands on that space where she is. Is she in your solar plex, or your womb, or in your cells, or in your shoulders, or in your lower back, or in your yummy, juicy hips, or your pelvic bowl, or in your yoni? Where is your magical money goddess? And put your hands there and just connect with her. And what is she wearing? Is she a color? Is she a shape? Is she a rose petal? Is she a bottle of perfume? Is she an exquisite silk robe? Is she a beautiful, gorgeous ring? Is she a sunset? What is your magical money goddess? And just tune into her, and where is she in your body, and what does she want to say to you right now? Just connect with her. Build your new relationship with your magical money goddess, this is divine feminine energy within you. Magical overflow of wealth. Exponential, infinite. Zinnia sharing, my magical money goddess says she's a mermaid. Surprise, surprise. Zinnia, my heart is open. It wants to fly. And so what is she saying to you? And what are you going to say back to her and communicate and build a relationship? What do you feel in your body with her? What's a feeling that's coming up? Heat, radiance, passion, love. What color is she? Red, hot pink, yellow for gold, green for money. Kaleidoscope. And now I invite you to come back to circle. And anyone want to share? I know Beverly wanted to share. Beverly, if you wanted to share, you have the floor. And then if you wanted to share, and then we're going to go into a dance of a visioning, and we're going to work with her, and also your vision of what you're calling in for your intention as well. So Beverly, you have the floor.
Thank you. When it just came back to me on Mother's Day, this Mother's Day, my sister from another mother, we were gonna have lunch on Mother's Day, and she had told me, you've got to go to your mother's grave. So I went to meet her at the restaurant, but I had to mail a letter. And in walking, I was parked at the post office. I walked to the place to mail the thing, and I looked down on the green grass, and there's a bill. $100 bill folded in half. And then when I walked a few steps further to put the mail in, I looked down, there were 2 pennies. My mother would have been 102 in January of this year. And this was on Mother's Day. And I was on my way after lunch. Well, the $100 bill paid for lunch, and I had a little left over. And went to my mother's grave for the first time in, I don't know, years, because I don't go to grave sites. And so it was like definitely a sign from my mother. And in the meditation just now, I got just be all that you can be. And my response was, I am that I am. So there's my story.
Thank you. I love that. Coming in, speaking to you from the other side. I love it. Zania, you wanted to share just a quick share?
Super quick share, super quick share. She's connected, she's a mermaid, and she's telling me water is wealth, water is abundance, water is mother. And in the Atlantean bathing temples, we just received. Didn't
Mm.
hustle, we just received, and the water came to us. And that's maybe that's why this left side is like hurting, so I can remember again how to receive.
Mm-hmm. Left side, receiving. Oh, I love it. So, sisters, I invite you, and we can keep sharing in the chat. I don't want to stop any of this flow, but we're going to dance. So, we're going to start to move and move with her and move. And so, I invite you to stand, and it's going to be a guided movement and dance. And I'm going to get our. This is the infinite creation of the magical money goddess. And invite you to stand and bend your knees and open, and you're going to really deeply connect with her. So we're going to continue this with your magical money goddess, this embodied movement and dance. And so stand, hand on the heart and the womb if that feels safe to do so. And I'd really love your videos to be on, my loves, because we need to see you and we want to have you connect with us. So Carrie and Neetu and Madalena's in the dark. It's late where you are. Hello, my love. Okay, so as we're gonna reconnect each chakra. So just feel every chakra you have, kind of unplugging from whatever was before. Gotta do, gotta have, the old paradigm, and replugging into the infinite wealth of the universe. And just feel this as each of your chakras starts to reconnect to the infinite supply. Just feel this opening within you as you start to move your arms and your body, and make sure that you can hear me. I'm going to speak really clear over the music. And we, beloved, so you're with your beautiful magical money goddess, and we're at the base of a sacred mountain. Here we glow. And just any doubts or fears leave you now as you're going to walk around the mountain, this beautiful mountain of divine wealth, of infinite pleasure, possibility, walking around this mountain, and you're going to drop off any perfectionism, trauma, comparison, not ready, not enough, and just give it to your magical money goddess. You know where she is in your body. Let her take it. Let her show you the way. Just unplugging all those thought forms so you can be in your power, in your influence, and in your organic wealth, your exponential wealth, your magical wealth. Begin to take deep breaths through your open mouth, taking footsteps like you're walking up the sacred mountain. Feel this now. Feeling your feet plugging into Mother Earth, grounded energy of Source. And just feel this now, opening up your hips, full of light, shaking out anything, tribal consciousness. Just let it shake out. You can shake your hips, shake your fingers, shake your arms, shaking your shoulders, loosening it up, collective thought forms about how to stay safe. So you can align with your magical money goddess. How would she move? How would she dance? Just becoming that. Releasing any comparison energy, moving hands through your whole energy field, embracing your divine heart coherent field, cleansing and releasing and opening and letting go the second chakra to feel more pleasure. Knowing you can create from pleasure in your body, staying within your breath. That's it. That's it. Opening your breath. Unlocking the sacred jewel of pleasure with touch on your body, opening your eyes if you want, with sound, tapping your heart, holding your womb. All around you, your hips opening. Just feel it. You're glowing, ecstatic, releasing any grasping, controlling energy, getting from outside of you. Any attempts to gain validity or gain validation on your part, shake it out. Any resistance, shake it out. Being in celebration and self-led approval. Bring your awareness up to your third chakra, plugging back into infinite source, back into the body, plugging into everything, all of divine life, the air, the freedom, the plants, the glow, the sun rays, saturating within your energy. Bring awareness up to your heart chakra, tapping your heart. Move into the heart, pulling away all the codes and minimize you. Any masks, pull off your masks now. Pulling it off, pulling it off. Pulling it off now. Bring awareness up the body, moving into the heart that you're in already, moving into the higher heart. Snapping your fingers to unlock your fingers, unleash your shoulders. Releasing all the distortions, trying to earn love, earn approval. Logical money, expected neediness, letting it go. And anyone that's in your life that does this to you, letting them go, letting that go now. Sending them love, but maybe dissolving that cord. Connecting with your magical money goddess. Where is she right now? An expectation of others to fit in. Dimming your light to fit in. No longer. You are an influencer. You are influential. Call it in now. Your innocence, your play, your love, your sensuality, your orgasmic ecstasy. You deserve it. Swaying your body. Wrap your arms around yourself. Life can be pleasurable and fun. Feel this now. Up to your throat, moving up to your throat, tapping your throat to own your message. Open this blue energy, queen energy, cleansing, purifying your vessel. You are the divine conduit, the holder of the resonant field, the holder of exponential wealth. That's it, that's it. Opening, opening, opening. Breathe in the freedom. Inhaling in breathe in the freedom, inhaling it in exactly how you feel. The voices of the mystics, the voice of your magical money goddess. What is she saying to you? Source consciousness coming in as you, immaculately dreaming your infinite dream. What is your dream? What is your dreaming again? What is that dream you've been calling in that now you're ready to really allow in? You're an absolute conduit of divine source energy. Now up. Bring your awareness up into your third eye, your eye of Ra. Creating that circular energy, past, present, future, that quantum field of all potentiality. You are the creator of universes, connecting with your universal power of all your chakras, your internal central suns. To your most expanded self, your dreams becoming more expanded, your nervous system expanding its capacity to step into this new dream, this dream you maybe had for lifetimes. Now you are the fit for it, the match for it, the frequency of it. Letting old cords and timelines dissolve, old schooling and old patterns letting it go, and the unified field merges as you. Opening and opening and opening as you. Dancing and moving as your magical money goddess? How does she move her hips? How does she open her chest and hold her shoulders? Moving through your body now to open to something much bigger, to receive information to why you came here. The clarity is coming in. You deserve it. Let out a sound about how you are here to share. And that sound, that source conscious, let it come out. That's it, let it out. That audible frequency, alerting your vagus system, your vagus nervous system, that you are alive and you are safe and you are ready to roar. Deep breath coming out. All lineages, thought forms, ideas, beliefs, plugs, cords, implants coming out now. Your field is clearing and illuminating, now choosing your new infinite possibilities. What are you birthing now with your magical money goddess frequency? Collecting all that and harvesting all that now. Harvesting a clear message for what's impossible now. What's possibly now for you. And if there was a word or a phrase that could embody this frequency right now, that could become your code, your new updated resonance system, magical money goddess code, what is it? Is it the infinite, abundant goddess? Is it the yummy, delicious mermaid? Is it the radiant, divine light? Is it the beautiful rose? Is it the ring of light? Is it the rainbow? Is it the glowing gold? What is the one word or a couple of words that just embodies this, epitomizes this here and now, that you're visioning and birthing in this moment? Let it come to you now as you move your body. Let it come up and bubble up from within you, from your womb, from your heart, from your deepest knowing. Receive this message from your future self, your magical money goddess who already has created this vision, this knowing, this word. And what does this word mean? Is it a vision? Is it an offering? Is it a retreat center? Is it a lifestyle? Is it a new home? Is it a new beloved? Is it a new way of being in your life? That's it. Receive the message. What do you need to know about the next steps? Just ask your magical money goddess. And bring back this message now to you. Take some deep breaths. Feel this here and now, sisters. Just noting how you feel. Noting how you feel. Just dance it out. Now, when you feel ready, come back into balance and into just smooth swaying, into stillness. And just drop into your body. What am I ready to embody for more wealth and amplifying my abundance? And share with us as you slowly tune into your body. And when you're ready, with a soft gaze, open your eyes and write in your journal or share in the chat what you've received from your future self and your magical money goddess about your encodement. What is your wealth code word or phrase, and what did this lead to? Did it lead to a new way of being, a new codex, a new offerings, a new way, a new place you're going to live? Like, this code is one thing, but it also means like this new possibility, this new timeline coming in. So just write in your journal or write in the chat. This is who you are. This is apart from anyone's opinions of you. No input, no ideas. This is from you. Who are you at this place as the creator, the decider, the way shower, the guide, the magical money goddess, being in this space? You are the sovereign queen. And you create from this place within you. And you always can create from this place within you at any moment. Zinnia sharing new feminine energy lifestyle. Just got a download of dancing at the weddings and helping people love and joy and celebration. Tiffany, live in bliss is what she said to me. So write your codes. When I've done this before, I got yummy delicious and then I added goddess. So it's yummy delicious. When I'm yummy delicious, I am all good. Like it's all coming in. Those words just spark me. And so that's when I've done this. This is the two words that came in. And then I added goddess because I feel it gives me a place, a location. Emily, authentic alignment. Karina, embodied pleasure, connection. I love it. Stephanie, blissfully being, sharing and thriving goddess. Zinnia, it's yummy, delicious, succulent, sizzling. Oh my gosh. Soft sensuality. I love it. And this isn't just a movement practice in a training like it used to be back in the day, and then you go home. This is your new blueprint. We're going to go into some mental things later, but this is the place you come from. This is who you are every day. This is like dreaming again. And you can play this anytime from your replay and join us again. And remember, because this is who you truly are. And I love the shares. Zoe, I was so connected with her. There we danced. I felt like high. It was raining money on me. I felt so much bliss. That's what this energy creates. You literally, money pours on your head. Clients are like, can I pay you? Can I pay you early? Can I pay you for 2 years in advance? And you're like, what did I shift in myself? Like before it was like, I don't have money. I don't have time. And you're like, oh, great. Okay. And then now it's like, it's when you really, and it takes that habitual ways of being. Successful people that you look at that embody this. It's not a one-time thing, and it's those daily reps. It's like, okay, I'm feeling stressed out on my computer. Okay, I'm gonna go into my practice. And this is what I do. And when I forget, I kind of start to spiral. We're human. And so I just invite you around a lot of technology, around a lot of Wi-Fi. It's like, it's not the frequency of the balanced divine feminine frequency. And so just tune into that. And so now, beloveds, we're going to go to our lunch break. And so we have 15 minutes and then we'll come back, and we have a bunch of things to do. So we'll come back at 38 past the hour, and we're going to be going into frequencies of help, serve, and get, and the differences of these frequencies and how your inner and outer wealth frequency. And then we're going to go into your numbers and your wealth code blueprint. And then I have something really incredible to share with you. So, and then our ISIS activation. So we have a power-packed second part. So enjoy your nibbles and your time. And I will see you at 38 past the hour. And we'll have some music on for dancing, of course. I'm just going to repeat it. Napoleon Hill's best friend, W. Clement Stone, who donated $265 million towards the end of his life in the 20s, which was a billionaire. What he said to himself every day, 100 times, do it now, do it now. And it's very masculine, but it's do it now. It's not, he said, delay. He has a whole book, Napoleon Hill has a book on conversations with Satan, and Satan wants you to delay. That's like the whole book. It's in the 20s, and you can look it up, by Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich. And that W. Clement Stone, I'm pretty sure that's his name, embodied the do it now and don't delay. So anything in your life, you're like, oh, I'll do it now. Do you know that I just did that breakout room for you guys? I don't know how to do breakout rooms. I had my team come in and he couldn't find the co-host. I just did the breakout room. I'm so proud of myself. You don't even know. So if I can do a breakout room, and I had no clue how to do a breakout room because they've changed. And if it wasn't perfect, I'm sorry, but we did one. I'm gonna go celebrate myself right now.
Celebrating
Is
you.
do it now. Oh no, I was thinking, oh, we put the breakout room to tomorrow, or no, do it now.
Okay, so we're so aligned because that's exactly what I posted in our Facebook group. I'm like, I'm done delaying. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it now. So when you see the Facebook group, like I'm in the field with you. I'm feeling it. I'm receiving it. I'm getting it.
And I walk my talk too. When I learn something new from it, I'm sharing things with you I've learned in the last 3 weeks that I haven't shared before. I haven't shared a lot of these things, and I'm doing it for the first time, and I hope it lands, but I'm not going to wait till I get perfect. I want you to have this now. I'm learning from people that are changing this planet. I go to the best people, and it's not cheap, but I bring that to you. I'm spending 5 figures a month on my coaching, and so I bring that all to you
Well,
because
I just want to
I
say
have to be that example.
how grateful I am. I feel like I've taken money drugs, like I'm literally high. Like I haven't felt this good, and I don't even know. Like I was like, don't stop that music. I'm like dancing with my goddess. I'm like, woo, feel so high.
And
This
that is the thing
container is amazing. It
and
is
that is,
so
I
powerful.
know. And Zoe, and that doesn't have to end. It doesn't have to be that old, like what Tony Robbins, what I feel he used to be, is he got you so high because he didn't do nervous system regulation. He does now, but you get you so high and you go home and you crash because you have no framework. And now you have framework. And so and you have community and you have accountability group and you have practices and you don't have to go off the deep end. You can dance with your edge, not suffer through your edge. And that's the difference now. And we go up and down. We have a life. We live our life. Life does life. So so I'm so excited you're feeling that way and that we have the capacities now to keep it. And that's the difference now.
And we need to do testimonials for you because this course is like I couldn't have even imagined what this was going to be. You can't explain it, so I think you need us to
No,
explain it,
I
and
know.
that's the next step.
I know. And so now
Like we're just the
I have
like tester
testimonials.
bunnies, you know.
Now I have testimonials. There was no testimony. It was me. I was the
Yeah,
testimonial.
well, I'm giving you a video testimonial because this is changing my life. Like this is just like I don't even have words. Like
Thank you. Thank you so
so
much.
that's why there was a small group, because we had to be the testers, and then it goes out from there.
Yeah, and we shall see where this all is meant to go because the Wealth Codex had to be birthed. And, I didn't do a focus group to see if people would like it or not. It had to be birthed. It's different than what some people do. They have to see what people like and then offer. I channel, and so these codes had to be gridded. So we need to go to your break,
Oh
and I love it. And now
yeah.
your break is extended to 6:46 past the hour. And now we'll go back onto and we'll put some music on and keep in the vibe, sisters. We have a lot more coming. And I welcome you back from our break. If you took a break for our online and our replay, sisters, we have a beautiful breakthroughs happening. And so as we move into this next part, we're going to be moving into I'm going to be sharing about the differences in frequency in divine feminine energetics of helping, serving, and getting. And before I do that, I want to really share. I shared a little bit earlier about that there's some exciting things if you want to walk deeper with me and that are coming up. And I want to share this in this energy of magical money goddess juiciness. And there's amazing things coming into our field. And I want to share with you where you can walk deeper with me is what's coming in. And so what I thought were two different things, they're incredibly connected. So we're anchoring the organic wealth codes, and it's a very similar frequency to pure source energy healing, the highest next level. This is Reiki was the thread that brought from the Christ template through the lower times of humanity to now the new and the original source codes can open again. We don't need to work just with our hands and on people or one on one. Yeshua stood and he healed thousands, and this is a framework. And so the Yeshua Christ template is returning, and it is guarded by the solar Egyptian Neteru and goddess Sekhmet, and it comes through the same lineage, the royal lineage that the wealth codes do. It came through the house of David, King Solomon, the solar pharaonic line of Egypt, Lemuria, Atlantis, the star system of Sirius, back to source. So this is the source code. This is the everything healing. And when I shared it the first time, people were having code activations, they were having healings, they were even back pain disappear. It was all levels. So we're opening Royal Golden SEKHEM, Egyptian Energy Healing Practitioner Certification Training. There's 2 trainings. First is level 1 and 2, and this is on the solstice portal. Couldn't be more perfect how this lined up on the radiance of solstice to receive these golden sun codes. It comes through the sun as well. The sun, the original sun, is the physical delivery system of God's energy and God's source energy. And so if you're a healer, you're a Reiki practitioner, or you just want to step into more intention and more power, you want to receive the next level of the royal source healing energy that's now opening for New Earth. And this is the Christ healing template guarded by the solar Egyptian Neteru. And this is coming in for us. And level 1 and 2 is where you learn how to heal yourself and you learn how to heal others in person. And it is, you'll be receiving code activations from Father Ra and Goddess Sekhmet and Isis and Ma'at during these 2 trainings. And you'll be receiving these divine encodements, but they are all source. It's karmic, it's energetic, it's ancestral, it's physical, it's everything. And I'm so honored that I get to share this with the world. And this is a revolution. This is not just a training. This is no other healing portal like this that you're born for. There's nothing like that's coming in. This is not Reiki. This is full source divine Christ healing. And this SEKHEM golden energy healing and the source codes are held within the royal inner sanctums of the highest civilizations and practiced in the ancient, the highest temples. This was not just initiate practicing. Only the high initiates and high priestesses could practice this. And then we have level 3 and 4. So if you want to do level 1 and 2, and you want to go further and this is where you want to be able to heal others remotely on Zoom, and you want to heal groups. So this energy is from one-on-ones, healing yourself, online remote healing, and groups. It's all of it. And there's no extra changes or add-ons. It's just you get a higher advanced certification. And this is a certification training. One source healing modality that heals on every level no longer is the hands. It's your whole frequency becomes the healing vessel, and you heal at the multidimensional galactic Christ lineage, ancestral, karmic, physical, all in one. Heal yourself, heal others, heal groups, grids, timelines, and soul lines. And I invite you to join us. If you want to do both, it's a 10% discount. You can bundle it. And I'll pop the link in the chat and for what I'm going to be sharing, and you can join. And I also will have this in the replay email, and I'll put these in our group as well, so you have the links and to join us and to take your seat. So you get a 10% discount if you do 1 through 4, and then it would be the 2 weekends. And then you just need to do a few practice sessions for free and you become certified. And then you can amplify your ability to bring in more income, more wealth, more exponential, magical money goddess. And this is the next level of healing, and it is only going to grow. So you can come back and do this with us again next year and get even the higher new energies as the planet rises, in a sense. So this is just next level. And you also get a bonus, the Isis Ankh breath healing modality that we gridded in 2023 in the Temple of Isis in Philae. And this is a Ankh healing breath that you can also do for healing yourself and healing others, where you use the key of life, the divine energy of pure energy and source to heal. And that is with Goddess Isis. So you'll receive that as well when you register and join us. And we will be offering that. That'll be in the weekend 1, we'll be offering that. And now is the next level of the Royal Golden SEKHEM energy healing. It's coming to the planet, activating. It's to rise humanity into the next level in a more rapid, more powerful way than what's been offered on the planet before. We're ready now. And this is a revolution, not just a healing technology. And there's no other portal for healing that you're born for. that's anything like royal golden SEKHEM. It's the highest golden source energy that comes to us via the star system Sirius from source through Lemuria, Atlantis, Egypt, and through Yeshua and his miraculous healings. And this is when SEKHEM becomes royal and your role as healer becomes divine. So I hope you'll join us, and it's very affordable. The price will be going up next year when it's offered. And so you're getting it at an incredible price, and you can even get 10% off by bundling it. And I'll put the links in the chat. And then you can join us for 999 Portal. If you want to come be with me in person, and the sisters who've already signed up, we're going to be gritting the New Earth codes on the 999 Portal. This is a 9-year, September 4th through 10th in Mama Bali, and the island of the gods and the religion of water. And we'll be going to the waterfalls, water temples, and the water frequencies, and gridding the new codes that I personally activated with a group on 11/11 of 2020. And now 5 years later, Spirit wants us to now grid it in the waters, and we're calling the water priestesses of New Earth to gather with us. The Royal Water Golden Codes of New Earth, the Priestess Initiation Activation in Bali, and join with us on the magical island of Bali, the island of the gods, and be with your sisters and have incredible. We'll be going to sacred sites every day. We'll be having ceremony. We'll be opening and having beautiful meditations and embodiment in the morning. And you'll just be diving into the sacred sisterhood, and there's sisters already joining us that are in our training here. And on this luminous Stargate portal, this 999 of completion and new beginnings, the priestesses and code keepers are called to activate the new golden planetary golden template for humanity. And I was shown we needed to bring the sisters to Bali. I've lived there for 2 years. I'm going to be taking you to secret places that nobody knows about, not the tourist sites. I'm a local. I lived there over 2 years, and I'm going to take you to the places that I went to and that are now being called to activate. And so by joining us, you will experience and receive the 999 Portal Light Codes activation. And the High Priestess of Bali, who lives on Bali, will be blessing us in our opening ceremony. And we'll be gridding the new template of the original New Earth codes at 9 sacred sites of water. So you'll be embodying and working in 9 water frequencies of waterfalls, water temples, and water and rivers and oceans. Will be going to activating the earth codes within the grid of the goddesses, ascended masters, and the Royal Blue Stargate family of Mu, who has asked us to do this and called us, calling the water priestesses to return to Bali, the mountaintops of Lemuria. This is where the Lemurians went to for sacred ceremony, and being with the High Priestess of Bali, and we'll have a High Priestess of Isis Blue Lotus ceremony, New Earth Water Codes, Lemurian Priestess initiation. You'll be initiated or reinitiated into your Lemurian lineage and doing this sacred work. You'll be connecting with the Royal Rainbow Mermaids on the ocean thrones at a special beach where they have the Rainbow Mermaids have their ocean thrones. And it's so magical when we found it the first time in Bali. And you'll swim with the Rainbow Mermaids and crystalline dolphins at a sacred location, and embodied anointing practices, temple sisterhood, and sensual arts, inner sanctum. And we'll have our own villa. We'll have 3 villas actually, owned by the same family along one. It's called a pondak, like a walkway. And we'll have 3 pools and 3 villas and vegan cuisine and Lemurian temple crystalline sound bowl healing. And I'm being assisted by beautiful Jane Arcanio, who's just like sunshine wrapped in a person. She's the most positive, happy, delightful, and she's the creator of Impactful Exquisite Retreats. And she's going to be joining me and kind of helping navigate this entire pilgrimage and guiding you on a day before. You'll have a time to be with her, and she'll take you to purify at a incredible water temple on our day before it starts. And you'll have morning meditation, restorative yoga, and it's all inclusive, 7 days, 6 nights at 5-star villa accommodations in Bali. And I invite you to join us and walk with us. And if you're calling to go deeper with me, walk with me and join with me in the Royal Golden SEKHEM and training, and walk with us in Bali and grid the New Earth codes for humanity, and have fun and dance under this moon at the same time. And so I'm really excited to share these with you because it's just next level. And so if you're a yes, I'm going to just post the links in the chat, and then I'll be posting them in your replay as well. And then you'll have that. And here are your links. And join us. If you're feeling something today, like just think if you hung out with us more and hung out with us longer. I really wanted to share that. I'm so excited. Royal Golden SEKHEM. I mean, the sisters are already coming in. You know what? I saw the resistance in this training. I'm not seeing the resistance in Royal Golden SEKHEM because I think people can really understand that I show how Reiki's here, SEKHEM is here, and Royal Golden SEKHEM is here on a pyramid. I show them, and I'll be having a free event on June 11th so you can experience it again. And I showed it in Solara, and now we'll experience it again. So this is amazing. So I want to just move into that. And yeah, we have sisters here that are joining with us, and I'm so excited. So I'm really excited about all that we're doing, and it's just next level right now, and be a part of it. So if you're feeling that yes in your body, oh, June 11th is my daughter's 19th birthday. Yay. Yeah, the free event is going to be called Glowing in Gold, and it's going to be a free experience of Royal Golden SEKHEM. And so that's going to go out Tuesday. So I'm going to be busy. So join us on June 11th. It'll be around 11 a.m. Pacific time, and it's a free event. And you'll get to experience Royal Golden SEKHEM. If you didn't join us in Solara, you can join us in June 11th, and then join us and have these skills for yourself to exponentially build your wealth and your empire. This is the newest frequency of all source. It's not no limitation. It's what Christ embodied, and he embodied it with no framework. He embodied it with no cosmic alignment, no new earth. That's how amazing he is. We have all the things supporting us and propelling us forward. So it's really exciting. I know, it's so exciting. So I want you to, if you want to get your notebooks out, we're going to go over, I want to go over, and then we're going to go into your wealth codes blueprint. We're going to talk numbers and stay in that vibe, stay in that frequency. So I want to talk about serving, because we're all healers, we all do way showing work, we're all guides, we're all creators, we're all conscious female entrepreneurs in some way or form, here on replay. And so serving comes from the heart, and so serving frequency. And so if you're wanting to build bigger months and want people just dropping in your lap and wanting people who are just a yes, big money moves fast. So people who have built wealth move money fast. If you run an event, it's, smaller, or you have a smaller people that are coming towards you that are, it's like, $10 is a lot for them. It moves slower. They're like, I don't want to let go of my $10. It's like, I have my $10. But if someone's like built millions, they're like, yeah, here's 10,000. I want to be coached by you. It moves. It's wired to you. It's done. Big money moves fast. So that's why I invite you to think about possibly having a really high ticket item. Do low ticket, do free, and then have something higher. Maybe that pushes your edge a little, like a $10,000 coaching package or something, because big money moves out. If they love you and they come into your frequency and they're like yummy, delicious, how can I get more of you? And you're like, well, I have this. You want to really go deep with me for 6 months or a year? I have this. How many clients do you need to be pulling in, 6 figures a month and have a totally different lifestyle? Hire people, donate to causes, buy your parents a home. It changes. And so I invite you to think about that, because that's just one part, but it's also a person. How do I serve people, with that intention of serving, but also where I receive the abundance, where money and wealth, money, wealth, spirituality, and sexuality are all connected. It's not like I'm spiritual. I need to be broke. I need to be a starving artist. That's a false belief. And so there's also an energy. Just feel into these energies as I say these statements. How can I get bigger clients? How does that feel? Taking energy, right? Lower frequency. How can I, you see those things, get more clients? Like, oh, it doesn't resonate with me. If you change the frequency to serve, your energy shifts, and then you have a different client. One of the men I'm working with, who is the sales coach to Tony Robbins, he woke up one morning, he hated all of his customers. He hated his clients. They were mean, they weren't nice, he didn't like them. And so what he did is he started changing his messaging and his marketing, and he added people who serve in what they do. And that sentence shifted who came in. And the people in his market and his customers and the audience I saw were lovely, and they do family healing work and all this, and they serve. And so he just shifted that one thing. You're already maybe working with beautiful people that serve, but he hadn't been, and he shifted it. And so serving is a different frequency than getting. And then listen to this: I help people go to where they want to be. I serve people who want to go to where they want to be. I get, I serve, I help. See how those simple words are a different frequency? Because everything is frequency now. And so what this was really interesting is if you've been in a vibrational alignment with service and you're dedicated to it and you hold the codes, because if you're like, I am in service to conscious entrepreneurs aligning with their soul gifts, like you are, it's in your body, you're encoded. That means that you're a frequency match for someone who is a conscious female entrepreneur that is wanting that. And God sends you those people. If you're like a little wobbly, like, let me just try this on and see if it works, and maybe it sounds really good. You're not a fit. You're not going to be sent people. They're not going to feel your magnetism. It's not in your body. But if it's in your body, you're encoded for it. And if you want to empower women and speak to their truth and energetically honor that, whatever's happening in front of the camera is happening behind the camera, your total integrity. So whatever you're saying is the same as your being. Even if you're just trying to, like, oh, my coach gave me this great thing, I need to do that, but it doesn't feel in alignment, then it's not for you, and it's not in alignment, and it's behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. Like, your subconscious mind needs to hear your emotions and hear images that it understands to align and support you. Same with what you are offering. And also, like, I've changed my sign off to in service to your rise. I really feel service is more my frequency. I never really thought between help and serve, but serve is higher. And that's what I want. I want people who are in that higher frequency. I don't want to really just help you. I want to serve you. And then this can even move to your business you're building. Your VA, your executive assistant, your Facebook ads manager, if you have that, or your bookkeeper, that in your standard operating procedures or however you align with them to tell them what you're about is we're in service. We're in service to our clients. Your VA is in service to you so you can be more of support for your clients. This is energetic frequency of divine feminine businesses, or just ways of being. Whether you're in a business or not, it's just aligning yourself with being in service. And your energy needs to be pristine. You're not going to chase to get clients, like when you get those direct messages that are like, hi, how are you? And you're like, oh, do I know you? And then it's like, join my da-da-da. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know you. And it's just like, that's like cold direct marketing. Like, no, thanks. That doesn't feel aligned. It feels needy. It feels the get energy, right? How many of you feel that way too? It's like the get energy. So you want to feminine market as you're feeling in your magical money goddess. So how's this magical money goddess, yummy deliciousness, how is she going to market? She's going to be in service. She's going to be aligned. She's going to maybe answer objections of someone who wants to join her event, but it's up to them. It's up to them to be self-led. You want self-led ideal buyers, not even audience. I want self-led ideal buyers. I want people who are going to step in and say yes. And yeah, Zinnia writes, LinkedIn, get needy energy. Yeah, and you can watch it now and not be a part of it, and align to the people that you want to have come towards you, because it's all frequency, because you're a feminine-based entrepreneur, feminine frequency, feminine energetics. And so you want to serve your clients, serving your husband, serve your family, not help your family or get them to do something. This is the frequency, and this is who you are, so you can be clear in your alignments with your offerings and with a new client. Like that, when I shared about, his name's Russell, you might know him, Russell Brunson. He was sharing how he had to get rid of all his clients and he got new ones, and he wasn't in alignment with them anymore. And so he realigned to a new set of clients. And the ones I saw seemed really aligned, and he even goes to their workshops. He seems like a really nice guy. And the people were saying how he's exactly how he is on stage as off. I hear that about Lisa Nichols. I hear that about the people that last the longest. They're exactly who they are. And that's very important for you to be a long-term healer and guide. And if you want to be on the global stage, is to be your messy, exact self. However you are here, you're here with your people and you're on stage. And I had to learn that because I thought glossiness was really good. And glossiness is they put you on their vision board and they hire somebody else because you're like way up there. Right? And you don't want to be way up there. So if you have zero assistance and no help, it's a little harder to give service to your group. And I really invite you, if you can, is to look at having more support, because when a woman is supported, she lights up and she can support others. It's different than a masculine business. And growing your team to serve and showing them your values, it's that frequency. So if you're going to step into this leadership and this embody this, you want to have this also for your team. And you can make a lot of wealth and with a small team, but you can't serve in the same way. So I have a Facebook ads manager, I have a VA, I have a tech support, and I want to hire a copywriter. I want to really hire more people because I do too much and it thins me out and I can feel it. And then I can't serve you because I'm like all over here and I can't think of new things because I have to, rewire something in my computer or send reminder emails or things like that. And then I start to really resent the path. And that's what happened to me before, is I did too much. And so I've shifted. And so it's different values. And so do your identity work, do your inner work. Zinnia, my copywriter, I love her. Yeah, I know. Well, thanks. It's so important. Get someone who's really good at what they do and have them around you. It's how Henry Ford writes that is, I'm not great at it. I just surrounded myself with people better than me. And it's a wealth principle. And it's not about doing it myself. Women, I'll do it myself. I'm going to sacrifice. How many of you are like, I'm going to sacrifice. I'm doing it for my mission. And it's like, and then we're like, exhausted and depleted and not our magical money goddess. So now you're anchoring in the magical money goddess. So when you get into that reminder emails and this, and it's like, that isn't magical money goddess. I need to put a post out in a VA group. There's virtual assistant groups out there for spiritual conscious entrepreneurs. I didn't even know that. And a friend told me about it. And that's where I put an ads out to find somebody. And that's so you can do that on Facebook. Just look up under virtual assistant, spiritual conscious women or conscious entrepreneurs. And then when you hold these frequencies, like when I shared with you about the woman in the mastermind I'm in who holds the frequency that I hold for people who fall through the cracks, and that's who I don't want them to fall through the cracks. So I hold them and I keep them safe. And people she's a money financial planner, and she gets people who have fallen out of the cracks from a big firm, and they find her, and God sends them to her. And that's who sometimes is her best customers. They show up, they invest huge amounts of money, and she gets a commission on it, and she didn't do anything, but she's holding the codes. She's the frequency match for it. And so it's like family first business. First is source, then your body, and then family and business, and all that comes second. But family is before business, and put your and the values of what you are holding true. And the difference, and just notice the difference between serve, help, and get. And where are you right now when you're thinking of your next offering? And to be in service, I feel. What do you guys feel? And I just wanted to really share that because as you grow, you're going to need to build a team. And I'm thinking of adding on next cohort for Luminary is the feminine CEO, because we need a B school. So feminine CEO B school. I was thinking of adding that on because we just got to get the priestesses need to be you're holding the codes. You're the 6-7 figure earners, in my opinion, not the professional athlete, not the salesman. Salesman is the number one world ranked top paid profession is a salesman. What values is that? That's old paradigm. So new paradigm is the priestesses, and the sacred code holders and the way showers are the higher earners. And this is the exponential wealth. So clarifying, Sharon, I serve people who, a great thing to reflect on. Yeah. And I added it to my sign off, selling me washing machines. Yeah. Cars, boats, everything is sales. If you're married, you're in sales. If you have a friend, you're in sales. Everything is sales. So and everything is frequency. And so I want you now, we're now going to go to our manual. Just take a breath, and we're going to go to our inner and outer wealth frequency, which is page 26. And I want you to get a pen, and we're going to kind of go into we're in the body. Now we're going to go into the mind a little bit, but we're going to still be in our yummy frequency. So do this from the Magical Money Goddess Yummy Frequency. We're going to be looking at some numbers now, and you'll have some soul work to continue tonight that we will then come back, and I'd love you to share in the chat, and then we'll come back in our third session. So my inner and outer wealth frequency, and you're going to circle page 26 in your manual. You can pull it up digitally and then just write the answers in your journal to kind of decipher of like where you're at on your wealth and in the 3D of your physical life. And when it comes to my nervous system and my emotions and my thoughts and beliefs, more often than not, I feel more blank when it comes to money. Fill in that. You feel tight, you feel excited, you love talking numbers, you avoid talking numbers, you, like in our family, like no one talks money at the dinner table. It's like, no, don't talk money. Oh my goodness, taboo. So what is that for you? You can type in the chat. And then and then you want to also, then we're going to go into the 2 words. So circle, when it comes to my nervous system, my emotions and my thoughts and beliefs, more often than not, I feel. And then circle protective or expansive. So you kind of tuned into how you feel. Now, is that more protective or more expansive? And circle one of those words. And it doesn't have to be perfection, but where are you more leaning towards? And then question number 2, when it comes to the way I handle money, I fall more into the following category. I'm chaotic or I'm systematized. I have my app on my computer. I watch it every month. I have my money manager, or I have my financial advisor and I have meetings with him. It's all set. Number 3, when it comes to my income and tangible assets, I generally experience lack or abundance. Just where you're more towards when it comes to my income. And so this is like your daily money, your income, your offerings, your Stripe account, your PayPal account, and then fill in. And then the second one, okay. And so now you're going to fill in the last letter. So if you picked protective, put a P and fill in the first letter of each of the answers. If you pick protective, put a P. If you pick chaotic, put a C. If you pick lack, put an L. If you pick expansive, put an E. Systematized, put an S. Abundance, put an A. And then in this one down here, you'll have 3 letters. So you might be PCL, SESA. You'll start with a P on all of them, and then you'll either do a C or an S or an L or an A. And now go into the chart below. And so the B is inside. So the first question was your state of being, your nervous system and your beliefs. The second was your do, your chaotic, systematized. And your third question, lack or abundance, was your have, like how does it come in your income and your assets. And so now I want you to turn to page 20, I think it's 24. Mine is formatted differently. It had a little bit of a snafu on the printing, so I improved it. So you might have the newer version. And so I think it's 24. It's a little pyramid. And look at where your 3 letters lie. So look on the pyramid and circle where you lie. So ESA is up here, PSL here. So PCL is protective, chaotic, lack. And ESA at the top is expansive, systematized, abundance. And then all the variations in between. And where do you fall? Like this is just to kind of give you a gauge of kind of where your nervous system with wealth and physical money kind of stands. Because I always love giving you framework as well as the flow. So you can kind of bring this into your daily life. So anyone want to post in the chat or just like unmute and just give your 3 letters? we don't have time for sharing, but just kind of give your 3 letters if you're ready, just so we can kind of see where you're at. So Tiffany is PCL, Zania PSA, Stephanie PCL, Emily PCA. So then you'll circle here. And so the bottom is you're an awakening money goddess. The middle is you're an enlivening money goddess. And the third is you're an embodied money goddess. And the top is your magical money goddess. This is when you get to expansive, systematized, and abundance. This is when money no longer triggers you and you have financial advisors handling all of it, and you have meetings and they can do it and they can reallocate. I have a Vanguard account and they can reallocate all of my assets and I don't have to do it because it's like, oh my gosh. So I'm seeing a lot of PCLs and PCAs. So money, so just take a breath. You're very brave. You just kind of started to look at how you are with physical money. And it's really important because if we're going to call in all this and you get clients, can I work with you? Can you make me a 2-year coaching agreement? And you're like, what? Because you're protective and you're chaotic and you're in lack and you're like, what? Like, I'd love that. Yeah, here's my stripe. And you're like, okay, what am I going to do with this lady for 2 years? We need to rewire that. So we're just kind of bringing in that, yes, there's some expansion that we can do, and we love you for it. And so I want to have you start, and also on your code. Oh, before we get to that, I want to have you write down in your journal when you got that beautiful code from your magical money goddess. That is on page, I have a place for that. I think it's on towards the end. Yes, page 33 is at the very top. My true wealth code is. And so that is your magical money goddess wealth code. And you can write that down. I'd put a sticky pad on your mirror in your bathroom. That's where mine is. That's where my yummy delicious goddess. She's on a hot pink index card. I have the most amazing hot neon index cards. Like, you should see what I'm looking at right now. Staples. I found a gold journal, metallic gold journal, and neon index cards. Like, I couldn't be more happy. So that's what's on my mirror. And so I invite you now and write that down or write it in a journal. Like, you need to, like, auto suggestion, get that in your nervous system and in your subconscious mind. And now we're going to go to your wealth codes blueprint, which is on page 22. And this is going to be a little bit, I'm going to put some music on, and I want you to start just on the first page, and then the second page, your North Star, will be your homework, and we'll talk about that on our next session. And this is a growing, it doesn't like overnight, and you might just guesstimate. You can guesstimate, that's fine. And then put some music on. I'm gonna get some. And just on part 1, my income streams. And I want you to just start filling in, one-on-one sessions. I have a book online. I have retreats I offer. I make jewelry. I teach yoga at the local studio. I have an Airbnb. I have investments. I own some oil wells, so every quarter I get money from that. And I own real estate. I get rent. Just whatever money comes into you. I get alimony from my ex, for my children, and child support. Just whatever you have, income streams, any kind of money that comes in, and where it comes from. And I love to do a pie chart. If you really want to get in, you can do a pie chart, but I wanted to make it really easy for you. And I also like inventing new income streams, more passive income streams. And that's what we do in coaching, is you find out you can create more evergreens. So you're more effortless wealth versus the to-doing, the one-on-ones, where you can only go so high. You can only meet so many clients per day and make so much money. Like a doctor, a surgeon. Why do coaches out-earn surgeons? Because they have online programs and courses and evergreen, and the surgeon has to show up and operate. My dad was a doctor. He was so busy, so successful. He delivered babies. And he was the chief of staff of the hospital, and he was so successful. But if he didn't show up, he didn't get paid. And he's the highest hourly paid worker. And I didn't want that for myself. He left every sporting event. His beeper would go off, and he had to go deliver a baby. So fill in your income streams, and then fill in guesstimating your annual income. And then break that down to your monthly income. So like, I make this much per year. You can go deeper, like you can print out another one of these or do it and go get really forensic accounting, like really go in, which I would recommend that you really have the true numbers, but just have fun with it and just kind of get a rough estimate. How many of you, like, numbers are not your thing? Like, you'd rather just, most, if you're married, does the husband do it or nobody does it? Yeah, so we're just gonna kind of like put our foot in the pool. You don't have to become a financial, Wall Street broker in the Money Magical Money Goddess. Let's just kind of dabble our feet. I love investing, and I have been taken to the woodshed by some not good investing companies, and I've learned my lesson. And so I have a little bit of experience under my belt. And then break the yearly income down to monthly. And this is also a way to see if you're having really roller coaster months and years. Like, let's make something consistent. Like, oh, I had a retreat. I did $30,000 and then I didn't make money for 2 months. And so that's not good for your nervous system. Your subconscious mind is like, hey, where's the money? You made money, now you didn't. And it's like, I'm scared. And so let's give you consistent ways, or we can bring you consistent wealth and sustained wealth, just like you're learning to be in your body. That's the first step, is your body radiance. And now, if you want to write your monthly expenses, so just guesstimate the biggest ones, like your rent or your mortgage insurance, just do, and then you'll think of things, oh yeah, I forgot that, I forgot the dog sitter, and I forgot the, so just kind of roughly gauge, because I'm going to show you how to make your financial statement. This is a very general financial statement, but it's easy, so we're going to start you kind of easy, so you kind of know where you're at. So you put in your expenses, just roughly guesstimate: rent, mortgage, groceries, car payment, utilities, insurance, childcare, entertainment, the little things. You can just guesstimate, like, oh, I pay probably about $300 a month for all my incendiaries, all my makeup, shampoo, getting my nails done, like, you can kind of just guesstimate. I'm gonna turn the music down, so. And then move down to monthly income. It's kind of done twice, but move down, and then your monthly income, if you've already done it, you already have it. And so you bring it down because you're going to minus your monthly income and you're going to minus off your monthly expenses. So then you can kind of see, and then you have your monthly, the positive number, if it is positive, is your cushion. And this is the cushion you have going into next month. So like if you had a $30,000 month and your expenses are usually $3,500, you have a lot of cushion. So yeah, so you're okay, for the next 2 months, but then it starts to like go lower and lower and lower. And so you want to have a cushion, is always nice. And then we're just going to do the next 4. And then part 2 is for your soul work. And not to avoid it, this is where your accountability group comes in, because it's really, your next part is your North Star, where you want to be. So this is your GPS, where you are right now. It's not where you have to stay, just where you are right now. It's your GPS, it's your location. And then we're going to help you move into your North Star. So just like look at this, like, okay, this is just where I'm at. Okay, I don't need to be here. So your monthly money cushion, and just you can generalize and maybe go in later and do like go get a little more like you can cross it out and do the real one. Yeah, so it's bringing up a lot of fear. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to just take a breath and just do your angel wings, and you're just showing where you are right now. That's all. Nothing more. Because everything is a timeline, and you just have another 12 timeline choices. It's just really important so we match your frequency with what's maybe showing up doesn't match. That radiant, yummy, delicious, and raining down on you. So we're just seeing where you're at right now. And it can change in a second, in a moment. And that's the whole thing, is that you weren't in this frequency before you came in. Well, that's wonderful that you had a grant. So we'll think up new ways for you, won't we? And just touch into your magical money goddess. Yeah, I can feel that in my solar plexus. So let's just feel that. And be with it. It's okay. It was there all along. It's just we're bringing it to the surface. And your secrets keep you sick. And so now it's not a secret anymore. You just shared it with us. And you're so brave. You're living brave. And it's okay. And we're going to find new income streams and new ways, because this was your life raft or your lifeboat to get you to the next thing. And then you found us. Because what's surfacing now has been there. We've just shoved it in the kitchen drawer of our psoas, in our hips. And so just honor that. And so the next, and if you want to do this later, you can, but I'm just going to run through the next 4, is your liabilities. And these are AKA blessings already received. Credit card debt, mortgage, car loan, student loans. And it's there. We're just going to name it and we're going to put it down. And this is just where you're at now. There's ways to move and change and shift and create such an income that these all get paid off if there's any. And so that cycle of debt ends with you. If you saw your parents live on credit cards or anything, magical money goddess, it comes in and you can pay whatever comes in. It's just instant flow. It's just energy. You don't have to stick with the credit card interest rate charges, which I cannot believe. They're like loan sharking. When I've seen them, it's like, what? How can they charge that? And then with your liabilities, you have assets, which is your home. If you own a home, or you own a car, or you own some physical gold, or you own stocks, or you have money in your checking account, that's all assets. Anything that is positive financial money, anything that's a physical asset. You might have a lot of jewelry, you might have inherited some jewelry, that's all assets. And then you have your assets, you minus your liabilities, and you get your net worth. And I know it's like, whoa, let's take a different turn. But it's like, this is the reality of, I didn't want you to go home. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm a magical money goddess, but I got debt up to my eyeballs, and we didn't deal with any of that. This is your life doing life. And so this is just to kind of go through. Does anyone want to share if there's something coming up and you want to let this go? And because we move into our activation after this. So we'll clear. So we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it. Like, I'm scared. What are you doing? Wherever you're at. Okay, girl, you got the floor. Tiffany, I'm going to check the music.
Okay, so I will probably shed tears, but this is a good thing. So I have to, since I left physical therapy, have been doing, I started out as holistic health coach and then moved into doing more of the energy work and deep emotional trauma work with my clients. I have been inconsistent in my income. Now, there's been times that I've made money, and then there's been times that I don't make a lot. And I allowed my husband to take over that, completely abdicated my responsibility for it. So this is where I reclaim that here today. I'm owning that, I'm reclaiming it. But I'm scared out of my mind because I believe that this is really what's kept me in my marriage. And because I'm so afraid to do this on my own. Um, so thank you for being here and seeing this. This is kind of what I've been wrestling with over the past month or so. Um, so thank you for this because it's a gift. And I know that I really need to start looking deeper at like, okay, what options do I have for income stream? What are my expenses going to be if I decide if we don't make this work and I go out on my own? Um, but thank you for creating the safe space for me to share this. And just really bring this to the surface because I recognize that my nervous system is severely dysregulated when it comes to money. And it's just owning that and knowing that I know I have solutions now. Um, and I have things that I can implement. So thank you. Thank you all you sisters for being here with me and just letting me share this. Because looking at this, it's terrifying. But I'm willing to do the work to get to where I need to be. So thank you.
Let's just send a breath to all of us and to Tiffany and to all of us. If you're feeling, I can feel it in my body. I can feel all of us and I feel it. And let's just send some love out to, we're taking the veil off of what's been there. That's all we're doing. And you would have gone home after this training if I hadn't done this, and you would have then faced it and been like, oh, magical money goddess, yeah, whatever. And you would have let it go because it got too scary. And so we're facing it here so that we can do it together. And you have community, and you have us, and you have me. And I've walked through this. I had $11 in my bank account at 30 years old. I'm like, I couldn't put gas in my car. And so I hear you, sister. And I know so many people that stay in relationships for the money. And you're being so brave. So we're just here with you. And stay with it. Stay with the uncomfortability because this is your next story for your clients who are all going through this. I faced it. I was terrified. And I left security and I walked off that curb into the unknown. And you can too. And they'll be like, oh my God, I can do it. This scariness is your story. Do you see that this is your liberation, is your freaked out, hardest, darkest, scariest, is what will liberate your future clients. Because you're willing to face it and they're not until they meet you. They're waiting for their breakthrough for you to have yours. You are a light for them in this scary moment, and we're here for you. And I'm so proud of you, living brave. Thank you, sister. And Zoe wants to share. So Zoe, you have the floor, sister.
Thank you. I feel like me and Tiffany are, just before you said you're on the edge, I could see me and Tiffany holding hands, standing on the biggest, tallest, scariest cliff. But we're about to jump off. And I'm feeling exactly what you're feeling. And up until now, until we got into the paperwork, I've been in the energy. And that's where I feel like I need to be, because when it comes to this, and I don't know if these are limitations of mine, but it feels like when I'm looking at the numbers, it feels like I'm building the lack stories and the lack is staring at me. And maybe I need to sit with it. But all my life, my past, we grew up with a lot of poverty, which I'm sure a lot of people have. I watched my mum having to put food back. Well, my dad lived a lavish life. They broke up. We didn't have electricity most of the time, or phone, or clothes. So that's the story where it comes from, obviously. But I've been a single mum, but I've always had faith, and my money has come from just the sheer trust. And I've taken many leaps where I didn't know if I was going to have a penny. I can't work in a job because I just swing around in my chair all day, and I can't sit still. I can't. It's not possible. They think I have a bladder problem because I keep going to the bathroom every 5 seconds. But I have many gifts, and yes, I've been on, and I do have a lot of shame around the fact that I have, up until 3 years ago, I was living on the social welfare, and I had a huge amount of shame around that. And I took a huge leap 3 years ago. I knew that I couldn't be in this energy anymore, and I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to have enough money to care for my daughter and myself, but I knew I couldn't stay in that institution any longer. So I said no to what they were asking me to do. And she said, well, they're going to make you leave. And I was like, well, so be it. I told the girl, I said, I'm putting on my big girl pants today, and I'm saying no. And the chips are going to fall wherever they may fall. A week later, I got a grant from a new scheme that just happened to pop out of thin air. And it has been paying me for the last 3 years to create it's a support. It's not a social welfare, but it's due to end in August. And I do have faith. But when I'm sitting here looking at my numbers and trying to fill out forms, it is bringing up so much terror. So Tiffany, I honor you. I feel like we're very similar on this journey. But I want to also remind you, Tiffany, when we had our call, what I saw, like I could see that your gifts and what you're going to be doing, you're going to be extremely wealthy. I've seen this. And I felt it. And there was no like maybe in this timeline. It was like concrete. So I have faith that as we stand on this cliff, that I'm about to experience my most amazing gift. And I'm going to anchor it. And I'm going to bring it to the world for once and all, because I haven't managed to do that so far. I've been floating about in the wind and bringing things through and then chasing butterflies or whatever. I'm ready, but the fear is there. So thank you for hearing me.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. Anyone else? This is really important. Anyone else would like to share? And when you're witnessed by women, you heal. And we don't want to talk about money, the physical money.
I'd love to share.
Sure.
I learned this phrase. I have a huge challenge ahead of me. A lot of emotion coming up. I lost my whole retirement, $2 million. And a salesman convinced me he was going to buy my late husband's patent. And he strung me along until it expired. So here I am at 69, starting over. You get very little Social Security because in our corporation we put most everything. Anyway, and so I end up with very little Social Security. I lived 40 years on this I grew up with not much money. My family, there was like 7 of us on just, but we get by month to month somehow. And then my husband and I did pretty well financially for a while, and I found myself like belittling myself, like hiding the fact about my other family members. I felt guilty for financially being solid for a while. And then when COVID hit, this man was supposed to be buying this patent for my retirement, and when the stock market fell, his financial people backed out. I understood, and I rolled with him for years on this. But strategically, my husband, he had ALS, And so it was years of caretaking, and I was exhausted. And our attorney and our CPA said, have the house in his name only because it's better for me to inherit it than to be an owner, tax wise. So it was in his name only. And then when COVID hit and this guy backed out, I had just closed our business where we were making money. And I had been remodeling my home. And I was really fortunate to live on the water, an acre and a quarter for years. And it was like my dream home and retirement plan. And because the house was in my husband's name, they had government programs where if you own the home, they would let you pause your payments, your mortgage for like a year and a half up to 2 years. But since it wasn't in my name, I could pause payments for 6 months. Then I had to make a balloon payment. So I realized, oh, I could sell my house. And that's what I did. And it actually was, in a way, it was good because it was a completion with my husband and our life there. And I loved Port Gamble. I loved the Bay helped me heal while I was helping him. And so I kept running, rolling with this guy who, we had 3 different times he'd written something out. He asked me, look him in the eye, give him a handshake deal. I thought this $2 million was set. This was supposed to be my retirement. And I hired 3 different attorneys trying to get him to find a final contract, and he just ghosted us. And I still have a bunch of the inventory that I've been paying in storage for years, but so I could sell that. That's an asset still, but I just got devastated and paralyzed. And I'm still trying to heal from caretaking.
Mm.
And so I lived off of what was left of the house because, we had a big mortgage on it he invested in the business with the mortgage. I would never recommend someone to refinance for their business, their home. And so I feel like I've been learning this big lesson of, I never paid attention to money. I mean, I paid attention to it, but I'd go to the grocery store, give them my credit card, we'd pay it off, and I didn't have to monitor every dollar. Well, I have to do that now. And my debts, I don't have much income, but I'm trying to get the energy back to create income. And I know how to do it. It's like, I know it's in me, but I was told a year ago, I was in Southern California for a while. That's where I grew up. That's where I met Jennifer. And I moved back to Washington State, where I'd been for 40 years, because my my massage license is up here. And I thought, well, I'll just go back to that. But, I've had all these physical things where I'm going to probably do a lot of energy work now. But I'm implementing it. I'm trying to decide what do I want to do in this new reality. And I know there's a purpose in me having to go through this experience of not just everything is crumbled away in my life, but when I moved here, I was told in my prayer by source that people are going to start weaning themselves out of my life and to just let it happen. And this long-term friends, people, it's like, they're good people. And I just thought, God, am I unlovable? What's happened? This has never been it. I've always, been base and I attract people to me. And I finally realized they don't match my frequency anymore. My frequency has shifted. So that's why I have to allow them to just go on. And it's been deeply painful. Even like family members. My sister, who I was really close with, it's like we still have a relationship, but it's like it'll never be the same. I just feel like I've been betrayed by so many people.
Mm.
in the process. And it's like, and it's helping me strengthen my love of myself. You know, I have to come from the inside, my source. You know, I realize no one's going to come save me at this point. I don't want to make it absolute, but I'm going to be an active source of it. I'm going to be the primary source of it. It's like, and I think I've just counted on people for so long. And I never really worried because I always knew, oh, something's going to, doors always open for me my whole life. This last year has been hell. It hasn't, everything seems to have closed or crumbled. And so I feel like, okay,
Mm.
I'm just building my energy up. And it's like, and then it's like one day I thought, okay, I've got to get this all together. And I saw Jennifer's ad about this course, and I thought, it was like your introductory presentation was like starting in 10 minutes. So I got on it, and it's like I just knew instantly this is a window for me to find my way. And so I'm really grateful to find all of you and this course. And it's like I feel like so renewed. I don't have it all figured out by any means, but it's like I know it's gonna work out now. And it's like and I went through, I know the fear you guys have been talking about. It was like I've been like it's been terrorized for a year, like, and you know, I'm very grateful for some friends who've helped me, or somehow it's like I create just enough that masculine form of money, I guess. So it's like, you know, and I am the divine feminine, and so it's like, yeah, that's the pathway. And I never applied that to money before. So I'm really grateful to get that piece because I know that's where I truly resonate. And I think I resonated there a lot of my life, but not around the money in this couple years. Um, so it's like everything just seems to have disappeared. And so I'm grateful to learn how to rebuild and start again. So,
Mm.
and I'm so thrilled. I mean, I'm probably the last one in this group that you guys are addressing this now. And it's like I can't kick myself. That's an old pattern of like giving my power away for someone else to do it and to take charge of me. And it's like, you know, that doesn't work.
Mm.
For me, it didn't work.
Wow.
Yeah.
So grateful. Thank you for sharing. And what I can just say in this moment is what you just shared is you let it unlock from you, and you don't have to carry that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
When you
It's
share your truth, you become free.
it's liberating. Yeah.
And you chose to come in, you clicked the button, and you're
Oh,
here, and you're
instantaneously.
doing it. And that's the sign of a successful person. They make choices quickly and they don't change their mind. Unsuccessful people take so long to make the decision and change their mind. Oh, I want to be, the people that, oh, can I get a refund? Like, yeah, I didn't really want to do that. Like, and that is a pattern of their life. And look at your decisions. So you have that in you.
Well,
You're,
and I want to thank you, Jennifer, because you know, I witnessed you going through hell through a couple of things anyway, and it were
Well, I don't remember any of it. 2022?
and
Gosh.
you're just always so open and just like, this is where I am. This is what's going on. This is my truth. I'm speaking my truth now and today. And I think that vulnerability is what really magnetizes people in. And so when I saw that and I saw you, I thought, I know Jennifer's pure heart. I know her intention is always of the highest. And so all these other people in my life, I feel like, and I've been a terrible judge and character, but it's the frequency thing. It's the frequency that you hold that I know I can trust. And so I thank you for being brave enough and courageous enough to keep pushing through all of yours, because it set a wonderful example
Oh, thank you,
and
sister.
hope.
Oh, I'm so honored. And I just feel you've just freed yourself. And I think you've given yourself a big gift and you faced it with us. And we are holding you. And we're holding all of you that are can resonate. And thank you, Sharon. And I want to have Stephanie share. And we're going to go a little longer tonight. Is that okay? We can't not share. Like this is why we're here. So thank you, Sharon, for giving us all permission to face it.
Yeah.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
So
Thank
glad.
you, everyone,
So good
for
to
the
see you.
space.
So glad. And Stephanie, you have the floor, my love.
It's amazing, Sharon. I am feeling so liberated, feeling your liberation. And oh my goodness, that was amazing. I have had touches of a lot of this. I made a crypto investment that I thought was going to be enough for me to have more than enough, pay everything off until I could get my business going. Turns out it was a scam. So not only did I lose the money I put in, but the $400,000 I thought was mine to pay off all of my liabilities. And oh my goodness, I had such plans for that money was just gone. The two gifts in that were I got to one, I really thought I had the financial wealth. So I have the feeling of that. But then two, I was given the realization the wealth is me and who I am and the energy I embody, not the money. So I have been every day tapping into that feeling now of having it now. And then another lesson from that, read all of the print before you do anything. Double check, make sure everything's legit, get all the information. And I've gotten smaller lessons like that, not that intense, but just getting me on the right track. And my main income for several years, I've been my boyfriend's personal assistant, which I mean has been great. I love him, mostly love what I do, can just write my check. But now things are tight for him, and I'm having to cut back and use my cards more. And I I would love to know if he and I could rise together with me having my own income. I really feel that is a possibility, though I, I'm so ready to see how that's going to happen and evolve, and just so grateful for all of you in this beautiful space. I mean, I'm a different person than I was when I woke up yesterday morning. And just thank you. Very grateful.
Thank you, sister. Thank you for sharing. And I feel in any transformation, you go up and then you have to go down. Every master has had to go through the underworld. And I I knew the wealth codes might trigger, but uh, this is I'm learning also, but I know it was all meant to be because your transformation has to go through the physical, and that is what's really, really showing up. I don't want you going home and it was like, whoa, oh, I just opened the bank statement. So we're doing it here and we're unlocking that tension that's been in your body and we're opening that. and we're speaking to it so that you can rise into what you, and not be stuck in the like, why did I do that? Why did I invest in that? Why did I? It's like, I did. And now what's my next step? I am a creator. I am a exponential wealthy in all areas of my life. What is my next step? And biggest challenges mean you have a huge gift on the other side. These are your stories that you share with your future clients. I know you don't see it right now. You're like, what? And I'm like, because this is where they're at. Guess what? They're coming to you because they're just found out their investment went down the tubes, or their relationship, he left and took everything. In any kind of way. You know what I mean? So this is your gift, is what you're going through. And feel it all, as Mary Magdalene tells us. Feel your pain. Susan sharing, beautiful women, such amazing goddesses that are all going through an incredible expansion, sending you all so much love. Tiffany, I feel you, Stephanie. I desire for my husband and I rise together, but we aren't on the same frequency anymore, as Sharon Krebs mentioned. Yeah, so it's just, this is your sisterhood now. You have your accountability group. And this is now walking forward. And I'm going to open, and I just want to hold you, and I want to just play some music right now. Just before we move into Isis, I want to play Ramadasa by Sonata. And this is the healing frequency. And just let Ramadasa bathe you. And just offer your pain up to Yeshua, God, Goddess, whoever you work with, because this is the real, this is what I've been trying to get at since we started. This is the truth of what's happening in your life that we've been tap dancing around, and now we're not tap dancing around. You can see you're not alone. And so just feel the healing frequency. And if you want to lay down, because we're going to move into the Isis part of our activation, and day 3 is when we fully activate the organic wealth code. So today, yes, we're doing some activation with Isis, but our third session is really the organic wealth codes activation. So you don't have to be like, but I gotta activate the wealth codes. Just whatever's perfect is aligning. And Isis, we're going to be journeying with her to her temple, but you can just really relax and let Isis and let your sisters just soothe you. And just let this music soothe you. And this is going to give you a lot to journal about and a lot to reflect about. That's why I wanted a space between this and our third. And you can watch the replays. And just let Sonata just lullaby you into soothing just whatever is going through you right now. Just get cozy and comfy and just hold. If you want to do an angel hug, angel wings. I'm safe. I'm safe. It's all going to work out. It always does. And this is your challenge so you can step into your leadership. This is your walking on hot coals so you can help other women and men who are looking for their next breakthrough because you had yours. Only people who transform can transform others. It is not easy. It's not like, ooh, transformation yesterday, I'm good. No. This is why people don't want to transform. They don't want to feel. They want to numb out, watch a movie, get some wine, scroll on the internet, but you're facing it, you're doing it. I'm so proud of you. You're living brave. And so just deepen into the truth of just the love that you are and the love that's surrounding you now. As we enter in with Isis into our second wealth codes activation. And just deepen and deepen into your inner temple. You're deepening into your truth, your highest inner temple. Just allow and allow. As you remember again who you truly are. Isis arrives with her golden wings of light surrounding you, enlightening you, wrapping you in her love, enlightening your field as you activate your golden light body. Just feel this. If any tears or any emotions, just letting it be within you. And at the same moment, as a leader, there's nothing more powerful in life than a person who can handle all their emotions and continue to lead. This is how you lead others. Your gifts are opening again, and your golden light body ignites in your golden temple of Isis in the highest ninth dimensional realm as you journey with Isis into her golden crystalline temple in the ninth dimensional realm. Just float on the clouds and the cosmic stars of your ancestors. Feel this now as you enter into the great hall, the outdoor hall with the pillars and the sandstone below, but the golden luminescence above. Feel as our circle is there. All the sisters that have been sharing are with you as we stand in circle. As we head back through the outer courtyard into the inner sanctum sanctuary of the highest codes. Feel this now, sister, as you pass through a gateway, as Isis is there. And as she's just checking who you are and your frequency and your codes and your initiation. And as you walk through, she's bowing to you and thanking you for remembering and walking through any pain of this earthly realm. Because she says that is the sign of a leader. She lost her beloved. He was cut into 12 pieces. And it broke her heart. And she wanted to leave this planet. But she stayed and she found him and she put him back together, and they created Horus, a new masculine archetype that was needed for the planet. And through her pain was created a huge birth of a frequency that became the Christ frequency. And so without her pain, she wouldn't have had her joy. And so just remember, your biggest challenge is the biggest gift she wants to share with you, and that you've joined this for that reason, to no longer be held prisoner by those fears that have actually controlled so many of your decisions. And you're free now. Either you witnessed the freedom or you spoke the freedom. But allow yourself to let go of any of the shackles. These are the deeper shackles. We released a lot yesterday, and then these are the core ones that you've held over lifetimes that are now no longer yours. And so as you walk through this gate, she's bringing in a special healing, beautiful bathing of divine light to heal and to soothe and to resurrect and rejuvenate you at the deepest level. As you walk into the inner sanctuary, the Council of Golden Beings is there. The Royal Sun Tribe, Mother God, and all are in circle around Yeshua and Magdalene in the center. This is a ceremony of sacred union. The true wealth codex of God's source held within this holy chalice of union, the shape of space that's between of Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, holds the codes of the Holy Royal Codex, the wealth codes, the organic wealth codes of love, abundance, prosperity, the frequency that's passed through all the highest royal lineages that's now coming into earth through you. And Goddess Isis had to break you open. And your guides and your highest self you had to come to this moment to break open, to receive these codes, which would have just kind of stuck in your outer field if you couldn't break open. Our pain and our cracks is where the light can shine through. And so the light is now shining through as it's breaking open and the old is crumbling away. As Goddess Isis stands next to Yeshua and Magdalene, creating a trinity, Isis is going to be the frequency translator as Yeshua and Magdalene enter into sacred union and pass their codes through to the field, so Isis can send them through to you. And this is of the codes of sacred union that is the foundation and the framework for the organic wealth codex to come in our next activation. And so just feel the sacred union running through you as the codes ignite, as they reenact their transmission from 2,000 years ago of the royal blue, golden, glowing codex transferred from Yeshua to Magdalene to Isis, creating this incredible light. Feel this light and feel yourself as you're part of this. You're in the circle. Feel yourself as you're receiving this visual, this frequency of this trinity of the highest ascended masters holding these codes are now preparing to transfer them to us in our next activation. And just feel this now, the sacred union of Yeshua and Magdalene, their love for each other, their love for themselves, and their love for you, and their love for Source, for God, God present, the God zone. Feel this now as they open, as it ignites, as they open this beautiful golden ball of light around them. It ignites as they're protected in this divine field, as they transfer this incredible royal blue glowing codex into this golden ball. And this golden ball is then placed, this luminescent golden ball, looks like a globe, but it's see-through. And this glowing royal blue codex is held within this golden ball and placed in the right hand of Isis. And they bow to her and they say, take care of this and send this to Earth and the planet. As we gridded it physically, we're now going to send it in energetically to then ripple out to all of humanity, to be open source for those who are a yes and those who are ready to claim this majesty. But you cannot claim it without walking through the fire. You cannot claim it without opening your heart. You cannot claim it with holding old patterns and old beliefs and old fears and worries. It will just stay in your outer field. And so if you're a yes, when you came into this course, you came in with a yes, and this is to crack open fully so you can step into your dreams again, your happiness, your fulfillment, and no longer be controlled by anything that you're keeping stuck or you're shamed about. Shame locks us down and makes us numb. And so just feel any shame or any pain or anything you need to let go and give it up to Yeshua or God or Goddess, whoever you work with. If you're a yes to break through to that next level, just say yes. And with your yes, you become a holder of the circle. And to face what you need to face so you can help others walk through what they need to face. So we can open the golden age and no longer have these energies that are not benevolent, hurting people, controlling people, selling people, enslaving people. No longer. They've enslaved us for too long. So let it go as the shackles and chains break across the planet. As you break yours, they break theirs. As Yeshua is just bowing to you with such radiance, he's lit up as he is just sending you so much healing presence and light through your body to help you and support you. And Mary Magdalene is Yeshua's healing one side and Mary Magdalene's healing the other of the circle, and Royal Sun Tribe is there. Just feel this now as Isis is holding the codex in her right hand in this translucent golden ball of light. What do you see and what do you feel? And with your yes and with your healing, Isis is now bringing the golden ball in front of you and starting to prepare your field as you have your arc line of your 9 stars above your head, going from one shoulder to the next, above and around your head in a beautiful arc line. Your 9 gifts, as she's preparing your 9 gifts, preparing your field for our 3rd activation with Mary Magdalene. Your 9 gifts. Tune in to your 9 gifts. And there's about 3, she's saying, that are part of this transformation, this transmission of the organic wealth codex of all time, of God's source. And just feel into what are your 3 of your 9, what are your 3 gifts that are really coming online right now. And as she wants you to feel into this, she doesn't want to give you the answer. But she's saying for most of you it's 3, some might be 2, some might be 4, but for most part she said it's 3. And so just feel into these gifts. If you want to journal it or you want to just remember it, just feel into it. Is it your gifts of speak? Is it your gifts of empathic? Is it your gifts of oracle? Is it your gifts of holding space? Is it your gifts of activation? Your gifts of prosperity? Your gifts of design and beauty? Your gifts of holding space for others to heal? Your gifts of activating those, inspiring those to take action? What are your gifts? Is it your gifts of teaching and inspiring others to learn more and to become who they are destined to be? Tune into your 3 gifts. And this is preparing your field for the codes. As she's sending this down to Earth to prepare Earth as well, and sending across the golden ley lines this frequency of preparation that will go through all the sacred sites and all the sacred sites we know of and the ones we don't know of that are going to be coming online, all the crystalline temples and golden cities of light. And as it goes across Earth, it's preparing Earth for what we're going to be doing in our 3rd activation. And just feel this now with your love as your heart light and your heart frequency is propelling this. It's the energy of your gifts, of your heart, of your pure light. And just send this down now, joining with Isis as you grid the ley lines of Earth for all of humanity through the sacred sites and the sacred vortexes. Feel this now, sending, sending, sending. Ashkamanikan, Ashkamanikan. And Yeshua and Magdalene start to walk back to the center of the circle, and they resume their stance for the sacred union. And they said that we will stand here and hold this until we meet again in our next activation, until we are together again, holding the sacred union that you are with us in. And as Isis holds the golden ball with the codes within it that is now preparing on the ley lines of all of Earth, Christ says, of the next 3 days I will stand here and I will also be gridding the Christ grid of Earth with this new frequency. So it's your framework. But when you stand in, you can receive it seamlessly and effortlessly. And all pain will wash away that you've been releasing in your body. Any aches, pains, joints, tightness. It's all the old constriction, the old wounds, the old doubt, the pain, the suffering, the terror, anything you went through on your path is coming out, and it might just be coming out in those ways. And so just honor it, and it will be releasing over the next few days. So when we meet again on our 3rd activation, we will be activating the organic wealth codes for the new Earth, and we'll be fully prepared and fully clear and fully emerging into the new, the light. And he bows to you. And as Isis steps in front of you, she anoints you with a golden nectar of divine golden light. Father Ra is there, Mother Goddess, Mother God, all of the angels of divine light, healing you as they'll be with you over these next few days, healing anything that you have passed through in our course, in our session today, to give you that lightness because you have faced it and you have felt it. And that is all that we ask, and that they want to speed any healing that they can, because you first have to feel it and you did it. So now they want to speed it along so you can do your sacred work in the world and share your gifts and not depend on other people, but share your light, because you can do this on your own with your sisterhood and with your own power, being self-led as a new divine feminine leader and a creator and a way shower of the new golden age. So as she anoints you and seals this, we thank Isis, we thank Yeshua, we thank Mary Magdalene, we thank our circle of sisters, we thank Ra, Mother Goddess, the angels, all the Netaru who are here of the solar pharaonic line, the solar Netaru line of the Egyptian pantheon, and of the highest frequency of the golden counsels of light, of the highest unconditional love of Christ's light, of source light. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. And just journey for a few moments. As this activation has activated your preparation for receiving the organic New Earth wealth codes, the codes of pure love, pure abundance, pure wealth, pure prosperity of God, the organic oneness that you truly are, activated in all dimensions, times, and continuums, all planes and realms. All contracts and agreements are on all raised this new activation, this new frequency of all time and space, and will integrate and balance with such ease and grace and effortlessness over the next hours and days. So you have pure and effortless integration. And so just relax into the sound of the ball. Ashkamanika, Ashkamanika. And the work you've done is so powerful. You don't have to be loud to be powerful. When you're in your body and you're in your truth and you share what's been holding you back and what has kept you small in any level, you're free. You're free. You're free. And you showed that today. You embodied that. And this is your initiation. Today was embody and initiate. And they're nodding and they're like, this is your initiation. It wasn't what you thought. But this is what needs to happen for you to hold these codes. The challenge is big because the codes are big and you are the holder and keeper of the codes for this new earth. So humanity can be free and humanity can be in wealth and not be enslaved and not be manipulated. They can stand in their truth because you stood in yours. So I invite you ever so gently to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And slowly come back into circle as we close today. And if there's anyone that would like to share from our activation, please raise your hand or pop in the chat. Anything that came through with that sacred union that you're part of now. Tiffany, you have the floor. I'm going to just quiet the music.
Oh, that was, sorry, you see me a little bit better. That was so beautiful. I saw, I used to like crack you open. Like I saw my whole body just like crack in half. And then I filled with like the blue and gold light and it turned green. And it was just so activating. And at the very end, when we were journeying, I heard, you don't need anyone else to be wealthy. And I thought that was just so beautiful and so powerful after what we all share. And I just thought that's not just for me, that was for me to share with everyone.
Thank you, sister. Thank you for that share. Zoe wants to share. Zoe, you have the floor, sister.
This is a little hard, but in the feeling that we're sharing all the shame, so we can move on to the next part. So after hearing Sharon's story and Stephanie's story, and then with Tiffany's, I felt a huge amount of shame for sharing mine, that I wasn't worthy, that my journey was not nearly as hard as everybody else's. And when we were lying down there, I just felt so unworthy and so much shame that who am I to tell my little story, that there's people going through a lot worse than me. But I know this is old, and it's something I have to work through in order to receive what I need to receive next week. So not keeping it in, just sharing it. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. And I feel from this is we have a lot to just be with. And that's why I'm so glad we have a few days of integration and getting into our life and journaling. Take time for yourself. Do your burning ceremony of the limiting beliefs if you haven't. Tune in. And I invite you we're going to be moving into my North Star, which is visioning where you want to go, which is yummy. So we did the harder page today, and your North Star is where we're going. Today is just where you're at. And then we're going to vision where you're going to go. So it's more fun. It's more exciting. And so I invite you as soul work, because we're going to do this. If you like, I just can't deal, it's okay, then don't. But if you can, it's like it gives you so that we can then talk about it. We can go deeper when we're in session together. And then we're going to have our activation, and we're going to be doing some breath work that is going to help us move through anything. That's where I met Emily. So Emily, we're going to do some two-part breath work, and we're going to do the final activation, and then we'll have our after party the next day, and so we can kind of talk and share and have like a big circle and dance and have fun and after party it up, and it'll be the same link. And then and please post in the chat if things are coming up. Please post. There's many of you who aren't in the group yet. Post in the Magical Money Goddess Facebook group, and Dan, going through this, and just share it. Don't edit it. Don't like, oh, I'm going to delete, and don't delete it. Just share it. The free session is going to be 11 a.m. on June 11th. That's the Royal Golden SEKHEM. It's called Glowing in Gold. And now you'll be that's going out Tuesday. We're going to be working on that tomorrow to get that finished. So that's the Royal Golden SEKHEM. So you'll get that. If you're on my email, you'll get that. You don't miss it. Like, I have it everywhere if there's a new event. So you will be notified. And then our next session is Wednesday, and that's at 10 a.m. It's going to be at 2 hours. We seem to be going over a little, so just gauge. It's so important you're there live with what we just opened. Like, just make time in your day. And then Thursday will be, I posted it. I have to look if it's at 11. It's the after party, and it will be in the same Zoom link. And that'll only be 60 minutes. And we'll share, and we'll party, and you have Q&A, and if you have questions. And then we'll take it all into the Facebook group. So if you have anything you need over the Facebook group, #afterparty, post. If you post a question, an aha, or something that came through, or some support you're wanting, then you just do it for one other sister as well, and post it on her post as well, and comment. And don't be shy to be in that group and share about this. Like, share about what you're going through. Share about what's opening for you. Share about what's real. Because with this wisdom and this frequency, it's like, what will you do with what you have learned today? You danced, you went high, and then you had to go deep as every master. And then you'll start to regulate, get some food, have some nice dinner, have some breakfast in the morning, and then you'll start to regulate and you'll resonance, do your practices. And we're here for you. So post in the chat if you have any questions or want support, so you're not alone. Just say that I'm not alone. I am not alone. You are not alone. We are with you. And I want the sisters to post and comment, and I'll be in there if they can get to you before I do. And like, what will you do with the gifts that showed up today, and your magical money goddess code word, and you're realizing the influence you have and learning about what the organic wealth codes really are, and the gap and the gain, what are you focusing on? So even in this challenge that you're facing in your life right now, if you are, what's the gain? Where are you from where you've been? Now you're witnessing it. Look at the growth. Not the, oh, but I got to go so far. Then that's the kind of life you'll get. But look at how good I did. Let's celebrate. Celebrate yourself for sharing what not one human besides our group and maybe a few other groups would even share. They'll keep it until the day they die. And the secrets will keep you sick. And you're not going to have that anymore in your life. You can be free. You might not feel like that in this moment, but you're already kind of feeling like, God, just saying it, you get it off your shoulders, right? How many feel that? You just got it off your shoulders. Now you are being true with yourself. You're like come to Jesus moment. You have had some radical honesty with yourself for maybe the first time in a very long time. And this is where then you can lead from, not from the woman you have over here that isn't who you truly are, but this is who you are, and you can share that story. How many people have gone through what you've gone through? And this is the leader they're looking for. This is the next course they're looking for. This is the next offering. They want to feel you so that they can break through. You've had your breakthrough, so now they can have theirs. They've been waiting for this. And so step into the only portal. If you feel called to walk with me in Royal Golden SEKHEM, sign up, take the bundle, get 10% off, and add this to your repertoire, build a new income stream. This is the next level of healing on the planet. I don't know exactly where I've seen where it's going to go, and I don't know how fast we're going to get there, but this is a frequency that changes and shifts and accelerates. It's not like a one-time thing, and then it is going to grow with the planet over the next 2,000 years. I'm really excited. Oh, I fell asleep and could not hear Jennifer's voice very well over the volume of the music. Oh, next time tell me, was the music too loud? I tried to lower it. Yeah, like really tell me, because I do my music on the computer now. I used to have it back here on a speaker, which it's more ambient, and here it's like right in the computer. So make sure you share that, sister, next time, because I don't ever want you not to hear. And if you feel the call to walk with us in Bali, there's a few spots open. And also in Visionary Woman, if you want to go deeper and let's walk and create your offerings and create this sustained income that I've been able to help others make and myself make. And that's Visionary Woman. It's a 4/8 month container, and step into, so you don't have to do this alone. So you can actually step into that and have that and be that and have the coaching for that. And that's Visionary Woman. So you'll be getting your replay. We'll send the email out today, and I would invite you to watch the replay at some point, because I shared a lot, and you'll be receiving just more of this incredible downloads that are coming in for you. And so just tune in, invite you to place your hand on your heart and one on your womb. And just tune into how will you show up and who will you be with what you have just discovered about yourself and what you have just opened and activated. Just breathe into that and tune into your magical money goddess. Where is she in your body? And what is she saying? I see she's cheering for you. She's like, yay, you said it. You felt it. Now we can really dance. And so I invite you to step into who you truly are in this moment. If you'd like to move and dance, I'm going to put some music on, and I invite you to join me. I will see you on Wednesday. See you on Wednesday for session 3, and we're closing and completing day 2, embody and activate, and day 3 is activate. Today is embody and initiate, day 3 is activate. I'm so in the frequency. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And so I invite you to join us, be there with us live, and join me if you want to go deeper in Royal Golden SEKHEM or the 999 portal in Bali. It's going to be amazing. So dance and move your frequency. Just move that old out. Bend your knees. Breathe it out. You've done incredible work. I am so proud of you. This is how you lead. You get radically honest with yourself. And this is how you magnetize who you're calling in. Because that's what they want, and that's what they haven't been able to do. So this is how you lead in the new golden age. You are in the light. You are in the light as you rise higher and higher. Going through what you're going through is because you were made for greatness, and you were made for something so big. You have to go through something so big. I'm so honored to be with you. Living brave, sisters. You are the magical money goddesses, rising again, claiming your wealth, claiming your abundance, claiming your power as your, yes, you are. Yes, you are. I challenge you to stay in your radical honesty. If there's other areas in your life while you're in it, like just pull it up and share it, pull it up and share it in the Facebook group, and let it go. Give it up to Source. And I will see you in day 3, activate. I can't wait. And join me if you want to go deeper. I can't wait to walk with you, sister. Deep bow to you, and we seal and close our container. I thank you. And keep dancing. And always remember to live your highest destiny. Much love.